Oh, yeah. Must be good.
this time we ask that you stand and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
offense, ripping out the first drive. I mean, that was about a 5-6 play drive, and 3-4 of those plays were running plays. But one thing I think that Staples has come to realize is that they've got one of the bigger offensive lines in the state, as the kick is good from Murillo for the extra point. So the Wreckers will take a 7-0 lead. But, I mean, Staples was just chugging there, and they were not letting up. And, I mean, it was a great showing there from the offensive line in Fiala. But, you know, we really haven't seen Smith have to throw the ball once yet. It was a designed run play and running backs.
Like you said before the play, Ridgefield was running a heavy blitz from the left side. Staples coaches see that, Matty Barron see that, and they run the hitch play to the right side, pass the ball to Fiala, and he's able to run through. That's great coaching right there by Staples Wreckers. And with Murillo's extra point, the 7-0 lead will go to Staples here with 10:18 left here in the first quarter at Staples Stadium.
That's a great feeling, too, to get up this early. But, you know, something I cannot stress enough is Caleb, not only the quarterback of Staples Wreckers, one of my good friends, I played football with him for a long time. Not only is he a very talented quarterback, he can throw the ball, he can run the ball, but he can make great reads. Very, very smart guy. So he, too, probably saw that blitz on the left side, and he was like, yo, Fiala, I see you right here. We're going to run this outside zone, and I know that my man, Tanner Klupsa, the tackle, is going to take you to the promised land. And that's exactly what happened as Staples is lining up to kick here. Ridgefield set to take the opening kickoff. Back to receive. Number 7, Dominic Berea, and number 5, AJ Condulo. Hoping to get a strike back on the Staples Wreckers here. The kick is deep. It's about to be fielded by Condulo at the 10-yard line. And he runs it up the middle, running into Staples defenders, breaks it to the outside, running along the numbers here, and he's brought down just at about the 31-yard line. Not the worst field position for Ridgefield to start this drive, trying to even the score here, where we sit at a 7-0 ball game, 5 minutes in.
Like you said, not terrible field position. Both teams have started off with good field position, coming off of good returns.
Yeah, absolutely, Wes. And something I cannot stress enough, too, about Ridgefield, I know you probably have some insights about this, is, you know, when you get punched in the mouth like that going on early, and you know Staples does not have, a bad defense, they're ready to hit you. Sam Petrosino will lay the hit stick. I mean, how important is it for Ridgefield to just get going here, get some kind of a play, get some mojo back? Because right now, I mean, the momentum is fully in the favor of the Wreckers.
Yeah, you couldn't have scripted a start better for the Wreckers than they had on the first drive. And that's exactly what Ridgefield wants to start here, to combat the momentum that the Wreckers have, to start strong here with a couple chunk plays, a couple big runs, and move the ball downfield.
Absolutely, and you can see the Wreckers are definitely playing with a purpose after that loss to West Haven last week, knowing that, I mean, every single play for the rest of their season could affect their future in the playoffs later on. So they got to play every single snap like it's their last.
Yeah, this is not a league that you can lose and be successful in. So the week 1 losses really set them up for must-wins the rest of the way in the season. They know that. They're going to play like that with a chip on their shoulder. And you saw that clearly in the first drive here.
Absolutely. And the Tigers quarterback, Kepler, in the shotgun. They're going empty set right here. Trips right through wide receivers on the right. The lone receiver, Colsey, up in the top left as he's ready to take the snap in the shotgun. Kepler running count on 2 as he gets a quick hitch off to his man, number 4, Cole Montero, and a quick gain of 6 yards for the Ridgefield Tigers there. Definitely getting going quick. They were ready, had a design play just to get that hitch out there because Staples was sagging a little bit too off with their cornerback. But, you know, Ridgefield coming out in that empty set, they're showing they're not scared to throw the ball here against the Staples Wreckers, even with their very talented secondary. And Kepler going to be joined in the backfield here with 2 running backs, twin-headed dragon here, lone receiver up in the top left as he takes the snap, and it's a handoff to number 10 for the Ridgefield Tigers. He's brought back for a gang tackle for a loss. The Wreckers are in there. They're all over that run. Tackled by Andrew Rossman. I mean, one of the toughest guys out there on the field. Captain, plays like with grit, toughness. I mean, overall, if you have a guy that you need to go make a tackle, it's Andrew Rossman on the Staples Wreckers defense.
Yeah, incredible read by Rossman and the Staples D to take back some yards that they just gave up in the play before. That is what we know Staples defense can do. They can be aggressive. They can crush your run game. And with the 2 running back set, Staples was ready for it and was able to take them down.
Absolutely. On this 3rd and short here, Kepler with an empty backfield here, ready to take the snap. And he gets the snap from the center, and he goes for a quick hitch, and it's swallowed up by the Wrecker defense. It looks like it was Tristan Keith in on that tackle, along with Max Murillo, absolutely swallowing Cole Montanero. I mean, Ridgefield going 3 and out, first drive, definitely not what you want to see if you're a Tiger here.
No, another great read by Staples D. sees the screenplay, able to swallow it up quickly as Tristan Keefe, and now the punt squad coming out for the Ridgefield Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ridgefield, they really got to start getting their stuff together because a game can get away from you very, very quickly. Lining up here in the punt, back to return for the Staples Wreckers. Hopefully, the Wreckers can get some good field position off this. The snap's back, the punt's up. It's a high one. It's high and it's not deep. Out to about the 40-yard line, about a 30-yard punt. It bounces backward and it's covered by the Ridgefield Tigers on about the Staples Wreckers 42. Staples, again, with similar field position, they came out in the first drive. And maybe we'll get to see Smith throw the ball for the first time this game, or maybe they'll just come back and start running it down Ridgefield's throat. Only Coach Barents and Caleb Smith know what's about to come for this record drive.
Not a good punt there by Ridgefield. After giving them the quick touchdown in the 3-and-out, they really needed something to go their way there. A high, short punt. Staples starting in great field position once again.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Ridgefield, much like Staples' defense, runs a 3-front, which means they have 3 down defensive linemen, which is nice because you'll have an extra linebacker there for pass coverage, but that makes your weakness run defense. And we saw that last week. Staples running the 3-front. Their weakness was their run defense going against West Haven and a very talented running back. So Staples looking to kind of give Ridgefield the taste of what they got last week, trying to run the ball down their throat, make them commit to that run so that we can see Smith air it out a little bit. Looks like they're going to have Fiala again in the backfield here. Sam Petrosino, the lone receiver, down here on the left side. The Wreckers getting the play right now from the sideline. And it's in, and they're ready to line up. Smith in the shotgun, ready to get going here from the Wrecker 41. Ridgefield showing a heavy blitz, and it looks like some kind of a violation the refs called. Just stopped the game, said something to a player. I think maybe someone's knee pads were on incorrectly or something. But the Staples making quick substitutions here.
Quick subs for both teams. That's something a little unusual here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Ready to snap the football now.
Yeah. Looks like there's still a little bit of confusion down there on the sideline. The ref not just ready yet to get the ball going here. He's kind of standing on the ball here. He's talking to the Ridgefield defenders saying, no, we'll start this game when I want to start this game. But Smith ready to take the ball here in the shotgun. Looking at Sam Petrosino down there, the lone receiver on the left. Getting another call, an audible from the sideline. Ridgefield showing no blitz just yet. Linebacker walking down on the left side. Smith calm and collected. And he takes the snap, and he's back, and it's a pass. Screen out, and incomplete pass. Smith looking for the screen. Could have been a backwards pass, which would have been a fumble, but fortunately it just bounced off of the Ridgefield defender. Ball was marked dead. But design screenplay there. Smith just a little bit off with the pass.
Interesting call there by the Staples offense. Originally not a screenplay. Obviously, they audibled right before the snap. But it was a dangerous throw there by Smith. They're lucky to get this ball back. And now he's taking the signs from Coach Matty once again. Something you said earlier about, the struggling with the run defense. And Staples struggled last week with the run defense against West Haven.
Yeah, absolutely. And Smith in the shotgun here, Fiala right behind him. And he goes straight for the handoff up the middle, Fiala. And he is brought down for no gain, if not a loss of 1. I mean, he's swallowed up by, if I've ever seen a mountain of a man, it is Nick Skanga for the Ridgefield Tigers. As we said, he walked off with some kind of a cramp earlier, but 6'7", 220, if I'm Alex Fiala's a strong man. I mean, he benches 315. He's pound for pound probably one of the strongest records on the team, but I do not want to run into 6'7", 220 pounds. I mean, that is a grown man right there, out there playing D-end for the Ridgefield Tigers.
Yeah, Ridgefield's lucky that they got him back quickly.
Absolutely.
Able to swallow Fiala up on that play.
Staples going a little quickly here. Got the play call in. Fiala again, the lone running back in the backfield. Smith in the shotgun. And takes the snap, and he's dropped back on this 3rd and 9. It's a screen play. Fiala's got room. He gets over the top. He's got blockers, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line, but he picks up the first down. Great play by the Wreckers there, showing that they're not really trying to go for the long ball just when they need yards. It looks like they're trying to go quick here, too. Catch Ridgefield on their toes. They're getting the play call in quickly here. Have a little bit of a beef package going here. Both tight ends, Ryan Skolnick and Charlie Leahy, on the field right now. Sam Petrosino coming off. And slight running back substitution. Anthony Armentano is in, where Fiala is coming off for a quick breather. Armentano, the lone running back in the backfield right now, with 2 tight ends on the left side, and we got 2 wideouts out on the right for this 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Smith takes the snap, and it's a design QB run up the middle, and he's going to the left, and he's got room, and he breaks the first level, and he's brought down at the 27-yard line. I mean, the blocks are setting up perfectly for Smith here. He's just able to get going. Perfect hole. He was able to find it, and I mean, definitely not the fastest guy out there, but he hits a hole hard enough to get through the second level.
Richfield's had no answer for the record offense so far. Chunk play after chunk play, they're moving up the field quickly.
And Staples keeping them on their toes, looking to go for a hard count. Did not work, looking for the play from the sideline here. Caleb in the shotgun. The play's in, ready to take the snap. Gets the snap. And it's a handoff to Anthony Armentano. He's bouncing out to the right side, and breaks the Ridgefield tackle, but he's running backwards here, back about 10 yards. Smith setting a block for him. He gets around the edge, and he turns what would have been a 10-yard loss into only a 5-yard loss. Armentano ran to the right side and ran into Skanga, that big boy. Managed to spin out of the tackle, but he spun about 5 yards backwards. But he managed to, I guess, avert what could have been disaster there for the Wreckers as they sit here on a 2nd and 15. Maybe we'll see Smith air it out for the first time this game.
Yeah, first real miscue by the Wreckers offense there. Armentano spins out, able to recover some of the damage he did. He's staying in there behind Smith now. See if he gets another chance with the ball, see what the Wreckers do here.
Absolutely, and Caleb got Nathan Smith out here, Sam Petrosino, and Charlie Iannone. 3 very talented wide receivers, maybe looking to throw the ball here on the 2nd and 15. Petrosino in motion to the left side, and he gets the snap. Smith looking deep. He's looking for his brother, Nathan Smith, over the top. And he makes the catch! Touchdown! Smith to Smith! Beautiful route! Nathan Smith running a post over the top. Caleb throws an absolute dime. I mean, that is 10 cents. Heck, that's maybe even a quarter there from Caleb Smith. Beautiful ball.
What a beautiful throw by Smith. The first time he has a chance to air it out all game. And who else but his brother waiting there in the end zone for him? It's not fair to say the great catch by Nathan Smith. The ball leading Nathan towards the back of the end zone. He's able to grab it and keep his feet in for the second record score of the ball game. And a big completion from Smith to Smith, something that all Staples fans and especially Coach Barron's love to see.
Absolutely. It was a beautiful play there as Murillo lines up for the extra point. And there's the snap. The kick is up. The hold good from Ollie, and the kick is good as the Wreckers propel themselves to a 14-0 lead on the Ridgefield Tigers. I mean, definitely not the start we were expecting. Not saying I'm trying to count out the Staples Wreckers, but a quick rushing touchdown into a 3-and-out, into a quick touchdown. I mean, these drives are only 6-7 plays, but the Wreckers are able to make ground on the Ridgefield Tigers right now. Ridgefield's got to collect themselves if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, vibes are great here at Staples Stadium. Staples with a 14-0 lead with 5 minutes here in the first quarter. 2 quick, clean drives, no real big mistakes, able to move down the field quickly. I mean, both drives are obviously helped by the great field position that Staples started with, where almost at the half-yard line with the first kick return by Nathan, and then with the 40 with the down punt. But great start for Staples Wreckers as a kickoff team now will come out. Aiden Stubbs kicking away to Ridgefield.
Yeah, absolutely, and Ridgefield's really got to hope their offense can get going here. I mean, as we both know, football is definitely not a game that's won in the first quarter, but getting an early lead, and Staples is really showing just dominance over the Ridgefield Tigers here. They really got to hope that Ridgefield would really have to hope that they can just kind of punch back here as Barilla's back to return with Ignacio Brina. The kick here, looking to get going from Stubbs. Had a deep one the first one, looking if he can replicate that kick, try to pin Ridgefield back deep in their territory. Stubbs running up, and the kick is off. It's deep left to Bria, fielded at about the 10-yard line. He's running up the middle. He's got blockers running out to the left side, and he's got room, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line. I mean, great blocks there from the Ridgefield return team. They really showed they got some holes, they got him some space. And the 40-yard line, it's kind of a trend that we've seen this game, but that's not a normal place to start a football drive. So they're definitely helping out their offenses here.
Yeah, all 4 drives, 2 from each team, have started up by the 40 or 50 already. The returns are setting the teams up for great starts, but Staples able to convert. Ridgefield's 0 for 1 so far. They're really hoping to change their luck here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kepler here has a running back joining him in the backfield. Not something we've seen too often so far, and that's going to be Jay Shim, number 8. Staples making a quick substitution here. Keith coming off, one of their star-studded linebackers, as Kepler's ready to get the ball in the shotgun here. And Bria is going to walk up a little bit, and it's going to be a fake handoff. Kepler back in the shotgun. He throws a deep ball, and is just out of the reach of Candulo. He had space. He broke over the middle. That was coverage on Fiala, but Kepler just could not connect with him. That would have been a quick strike back for the Ridgefield Tigers.
Yeah, you said it. Nice fake run there. Had the defense drawn in. Basically had a 1v1 with Fiala in coverage. Just overthrew him for the hands of Candulo. But a good look there and a good play from Ridgefield.
Yeah, and Candulo, I mean, he ran that deep post extremely well. Got Fiala to flip his hips, and as a defender, once you flip your hips, you lose a little bit of ground, and that's all a wide receiver needs to exploit that. But Ridgefield looking to get going back quickly here. Has again Bria in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers on the right, lone wide receiver up in the top left. It's going to be a quick handoff to the right side, outside run for Bria, but it's going to be swallowed by Luke Goldman and Sam Petrosino on the gang tackle. Great tackle by the Staples Wreckers there. Ridgefield getting nothing going.
Luke Goldman, way to swallow up the runner there. Stopper could have been a dangerous play. Sammy Petrosino on the help with the tackle. Staples' defense is firing on all cylinders so far and threatening another 3-and-out here from the Ridgefield offense.
Absolutely. I mean, these Staples Wreckers are flying around. They look like fighter jets on this field, and they're just keying in on the ball here. I mean, it's something great to see when you have guys who may not be the biggest, but they're ready to go lay a hit for their team. And Kepler here, he's got 4 wide receivers. Again, Bria in the backfield. He's going to walk up to his side. Kepler running count on 2, takes the snap, and he's looking deep again. He fires deep left side to, it's batted down by
Max Murillo. Max Murillo bats down, a big deflection there. That ball was floated up there by Dowd, but able to be knocked down by Murillo, and now the punt team will be on again.
Yeah, Ridgefield running verticals there, the 3 wide receivers just going deep, and basically Kepler kind of threw that ball up and just hoped for a prayer. Murillo maybe could have gotten 2 hands on it, maybe gotten the Wreckers a little bit more field position, but obviously we got to see how this punt goes. We know Ridgefield does not have the strongest of punts as we've seen in the past, more of a sky ball kicker, but Staples potentially looking for the 3rd straight drive of starting within 10 yards of Ridgefield territory.
And the defensive back who swatted that ball down, Murillo, will be back in the backfield returning this punt. See if he can do anything with it.
Ridgefield takes the snap, and the punt is, again, a high one, a little bit deeper this time. It's going to be a fair count at the 30, and Murillo muffs it, and Ridgefield falls on it. Something that just cannot happen for the Staples Wreckers there. If you got the fair catch, you know you're safe. You're not going to get hit. That's a punt that's got to be fielded. And the Ridgefield, it's almost like they completed that pass before as they gain 30 yards of field position, and they're lined up on the 34-yard line.
Absolute nightmare for the Staples Wreckers. Murillo with a great defensive play to get to the punt, and then with the fair catch, he just whiffs on it. Ball bounces right into the Ridgefield defender, and they're starting the ball right back up in their own 35, great field position. Something that cannot happen for Staples. Well, hopefully this doesn't get Ridgefield back in the game.
And Kepler in the backfield again with Bria, and he's going to take the snap, and he's looking to his left side, looking for Dowd. Dowd gets the catch and picks up the first down, or excuse me, that was Montero, not Dowd, but Montero picks up the first down on a quick hitch. Oh, nope, looks like it's going to be second down, 2nd and inches. Refs are not going to give it to him, but great play there for Kepler, and Ridgefield about 5 yards from knocking on the Staples red zone. Ridgefield getting the play in from the sideline here. Again, Kepler joined with his buddy Bria in the backfield, running trips right here. Montero, the lone receiver, up in the top left. And Kepler's going to take the snap, and it's going to be a quick play action to Montero, and he picks up 7 yards on another quick hitch in route. I mean, Ridgefield finally looks like they're starting to get going a little bit. They look a little bit more comfortable in the passes.
Making the most of the Staples mistake there, and that's what Ridgefield needs to do. Obviously, a good football team. Staples had a great team last year. Ridgefield was able to compete with them, the best of almost any team out there. So a good football team that had a rough start to this game, but after that miscue, looking to make up for it here.
Absolutely. And the snap is going to be taken here by Kepler. Again, Bria in the backfield. 4 wide receivers here for Ridgefield. They're running 2 on the right, 2 on the left. And Kepler's going to take the snap, and he's looking deep. He's looking for Candulo. That's Colsey. And play potential pass interference. Colsey's kind of upset with that call. A little bit of a shove there from Fiala, but was not pass interference. He was trying to make a play on the ball. And Ridgefield going for a strike in the end zone, not getting it. They're going to stay here on 2nd down and 10, just inside the Staples red zone.
Yeah, I think it's a good no call there by the referees. Obviously a little contact from Fiala, but that's what you're going to see on every play here in high school football and in the pros, college and the pros for for that fact. And not a great throw by Kepler, so we'll see what he can do here now, getting the ball back.
Absolutely, and Kepler getting the snap in the shotgun. Bria on his right, and he's going to go for the handoff here. Bria running up the right side. He's got blockers, and the pile's being pushed there as they're going to be brought down just at about the 12-yard line, about 3 yards for the first down here. Big 3rd and 3 for the Ridgefield Tigers here. Definitely looking to try to find that end zone, try to make the score a little bit more even. Ridgefield looking to go quick. They're already lined up. Getting the play in right now. Kepler again going to run that single backfield. Colsey and Candulo, two very talented wide receivers out here on the right. And Cole Montero up in the top left, the lone receiver. And Kepler's going to get the snap, and he's rolling out right. And he throws an interception dropped by the captain, Sammy Petrosino. They ran a flood option. Kepler ran out right, tried to find his man Kyle Colsey, threw just to the wrong team, honestly, threw to a Staples Rikers blue instead of the Ridgefield Tigers white, and Sam Petrosino dropped what could have been a quick 6 points for the Staples defense.
Yeah, brutal throw there by Kepler. Petrosino in a great position to take the ball and run for the end zone. Just drops it there, and now the field goal unit will come out for Ridgefield, hoping to punch one in and at least get some points on the board here as the last minutes in the first quarter tick down.
And the wide receiver Montanero, the kicker, ready to kick it. It's going to be about a 30-ish yarder, and the kick is up and almost blocked by the Staples Wreckers, but it looks like it's going to be good for Montanero. Staples, Max Murillo almost getting a hand on it, but that's going to be 3 points for the Ridgefield Tigers, so they're finally on the scoreboard. The fear of a shutout is no longer there, and not saying that there ever was, but, it's always nice if you don't have any points on the board to just get some. You get a little bit of confidence as a team, and as much as football, is a physical game, it's 11 guys on 11 guys, it's almost as important to be mentally tough and kind of have your head in the game.
Yeah, not just that. The momentum that switched on that drive is crazy. They only got 3 points, but it feels like an entirely different football game now after the muff punt by Murillo and the drop interception by Petrosino, giving them the chance to get 3 points when they should have had 0. There was 2 opportunities for them to walk away, Staples to walk away, giving no points to Ridgefield on that drive. They gave them multiple chances for a second life, and while they weren't able to get a full score, they were able to put some points on the board. And this 14-3 ball game feels a little closer than that now, as the momentum that was fully in the Wreckers' favor in the beginning has kind of balanced out here at Staples Stadium.
Absolutely, and Staples, as a team that does have, kind of a younger kind of makeup, there are some juniors, some sophomores that even get playing time. They're bound to make some mistakes, but when you start out hot and you get 2 quick strikes, those mistakes, it really can't change the tide of the game. That's how you get in your head. But there's one thing I know about Staples football. They preach mental toughness, so if you're a Wrecker right now, you know that you're still in control of this game as much as that drive was not exactly what you wanted. And Montanero ready to get this kickoff going. Again, Smith and Armentano back to receive. And this ball is going to be deep to the right. Smith's going to field it at about the 20-yard line, and he's running. He's got blockers, trying to get through the middle, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line. The worst field position that the Staples Wreckers have seen so far this game, but still not bad at all, as Caleb Smith hopes to get going and get another score up on the board to increase this lead to as much as 18. And looks like Nathan Smith, Charlie Iannone, and the tight end Ryan Skolnick and Charlie Leahy are both going to be out here. Definitely a little bit of a bigger package than you expect to see. I definitely expect to see Staples come out with a run quickly this play, and Smith in the shotgun, Fiala joined on his left side. Both tight ends on the left side. Kind of a little bit of a tell of where this play is going to go.
100%. You should look for Fiala on the run on the left side here. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. And Smith ready to take the snap. Gets in the shotgun, and it's going to be a handoff to Fiala. He's going to take it to the right side for the counter. Runs into the defensive end for Ridgefield Tigers. He's brought down. Again, finding Skanga, the big boy, the defensive end, really holding it down for the Ridgefield Tigers. He is that defensive anchor, as much as I can't stress enough, 6'7", 220. He's really there just to eat up running backs, eat up tackles, and he kind of saves them when it comes to the run game in this 3-front. But Staples not getting any gain there. It's going to sit here 2nd and 10 in this ball game.
Yeah, not the most deceptive play call by Coach Behrens and his offense, and the play blown up behind the line of scrimmage for Staples.
Same formation here. Smith in the shotgun as he takes the snap, and he's going for a quick, again, design QB run up the middle. Smith barreling his way forward like a bat out of hell, and there's laundry on the field. A little bit of a shove after the play. Looks like Andrew Rossman trying to get everything out of that block. Waiting to see what the call is here from the ref. My guess is going to be against the Ridgefield Tigers. Maybe a face mask on Smith. Yes, that appears to be the call here, and we're going to see where the refs are going to spot this ball. Smith brought up about a 10-yard run, brought him to the 40-yard line, and looks like the Wreckers are going to be handed an additional 15 yards. So that must have been some kind of a personal foul. I mean, that's game-changing. That just brought them into Ridgefield territory. What could have been a third down, could have forced a punt, was a free first down here for the Staples Wreckers. Definitely not what you want from Ridgefield. And Smith getting the play call in. Armentano in the backfield again. Trips right here for the Wreckers. Smith in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Oh, running a count on 2. Thought they got the jump. Looking for the actual play here. Trying to catch Ridgefield to get on their toes. Trying to capitalize on some mistakes. Play calls in from the sideline. Smith in the shotgun. He takes the snap, drops back. Another design QB run up the middle. Smith's got room. I mean, he's like a worm out there just squeezing through everything as he finds his way for another Wrecker first down.
Caleb Smith is an absolute tank there in the backfield. It's another running threat for Staples on every single play. That is every time he's run the ball this game, it's been a design QB run. There's been no sneaks, and he is known for the design run. He ran him a lot last year, and they work for the Staples offense. Back-to-back plays there, adding the personal foul, and that's an incredible chunk of yards that the Staples has picked up there.
Absolutely, and Staples, Smith was the leading rusher last year for the team, so he's known for that, but the way he's able to just kind of wriggle through guys is pretty impressive for a quarterback as he's ready to take the snap here. Fiala joining him on his left side. And Nathan Smith, the brother, going to go in motion out wide, and they're going to run out the first quarter as the Wreckers are going to flip sides of the field. And we're going to have a brief break before the Wreckers get going. Looking to knock on the Ridgefield red zone just about 10, 15 yards out. I mean, Wes, what have we seen so far from this game?
You've seen a lot of fight from the Staples offense, running the ball a lot of pressure, a lot of grit, some tough plays. The one deep ball from Caleb to Nathan as the big passing play. But for the most part, otherwise, it's been Fiala, Anthony, and Caleb doing it on their feet. And it seems to be working out for the Staples Wreckers so far. No real downsides on the Staples offense. 2 drives in the end zone, working on their 3rd drive now. Obviously, there was a couple mistakes on special teams and defense for Staples that led to Ridgefield getting their 3 points. But looking at things overall, great start for the Staples Wreckers. I'm sure Coach Behrens and the team is happy. And looking to start the second quarter off by punching another touchdown in.
No, 100% agree, and another reason that may contribute to this, Wrecker running fest is what we're seeing here is known for a team to pass, but Shane Sandrew, one of the more talented wide receivers, he's sidelined from an injury in the preseason, so he's not going to be joining us back till maybe week 4, week 5. So Staples may have realized that, they may not have the best personnel to pass right now, so they're going to use those big boys that have out front. I'm going to call out some of my guys because I used to be a big boy myself, used to be an O-lineman. I mean, we got Dom Petrosinelli, we got Tanner Klupsa, Aiden Parnes. That's a lot of meat up there on the front lines, ready to block, give their life for Caleb Smith and Alex Fiala when they want to run the ball, and Anthony Armentano. I mean, really, if you're running the ball for the Staples Wreckers, you've got great lead blockers, and honestly, you've got a great situation to be in. And Staples here on the 39-yard line, looking to get going here, looking to put another strike up on the board.
Shane, like you mentioned, one of the only sophomore last year. They got a lot of plays out at wide receiver on the stacked Hillhouse-Clark wide receiver core. He's going to be out till week 6. I was talking to him earlier today. Just a big loss for the Staples offense.
Absolutely. Smith in the shotgun. Petrosino going in motion around Smith and Fiala. Smith drops back, and he's rolling out to his right. Looks for Petrosino on the check down, and just not a great pass. Bounces it off the bottom. Petrosino was there for the little kind of, he was like the check down route, but the pressure got there too quickly for Smith. As they're going to sit here for a 2nd down and 10 on the 39-yard line. Second quarter just getting underway.
Yeah, that Ridgefield defense closed in on Caleb pretty quickly. He only had really the check down open, but just missed Sammy out there on the right.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam Petrosino, one of the more talented wide receivers, so, he's good in the open field. If he's able to get that ball there, definitely could make some damage here. And again, it looks like Smith, a little bit of confusion trying to get the call in from the sideline here. Maybe having a little input there on what he wants the call to be. Again, in the shotgun, Petrosino and Nathan Smith down here on the right side. Fiala moving to his left here in the backfield. And a little motion there from Ryan Skolnick to the left side. He takes the snap. Another design QB run. Smith up to the left middle, and he's going to be brought down, swallowed by the Ridgefield defense for only a gain of about 3 there. A lot of design QB runs we've seen so far, and honestly, it's the same play every time. They change up a little bit with the, maybe they use the motion that time, but overall, it's really Smith gets the ball. Maybe he fakes for a millisecond. He's like, oh, I'm going to throw the ball. Just kidding. Let me go forward. And, it works. You get 3 yards. 3 yards every play is a first down if you run all 4 downs.
Yeah, none of the design runs have been going outside of the line. They've been all up the middle all 5 times so far. And that's the first one that really hasn't worked for big, chunky yards, but not a terrible play there by Staples as they look to get some more yards here on second down.
Absolutely. Smith in the shotgun here on third down, 3rd and 9 as he gets the snap, and he looks back. He is a lot of pocket pressure. He's going to be brought down for a sack by the Ridgefield Tigers. Number 33, Luke Englert, the senior, on the tackle. And really just great pressure there from Ridgefield. They only show 3, but they blitz 5, and the Rutgers O-line cannot pick him up. Caleb was looking over there for his brother, Nathan Smith, deep down the sideline, but he was smothered by Kyle Colsey. So the Rutgers going to have to punt here. Definitely a missed opportunity when they were in Ridgefield territory for the longest time. Not able to capitalize on that personal foul.
Yeah, number 44, junior Josh Marcus in the backfield to punt for Staples Rutgers. A big week for Josh Marcus as he committed just the other day to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill to be a lacrosse goalie. Huge news for Josh Marcus. We're really happy for him. And so is Staples footballs, but here he is to punt the ball away for the first punt of the game.
Absolutely. Gets the snap, and he's looking for the punt. It's a good one. It's deep, and it's over the head of the returner. It's going to be down. Oh, does not go in the end zone. Are they going to say Ridgefield touched it? No, they did not. But the ball is down on the 4-yard line. It dribbled right to the goal line and then bounced backwards. Great punt there from Marcus.
I mean, an incredible punt. We saw 2 weak punts earlier by the Ridgefield punter. Josh comes out, tells everyone he's not messing around, and downs the ball on the 4. An incredible punt from Josh, doing what he does best on the football field.
Great position for the Rutgers here to show some dominance. And, it really is crazy, Josh Marcus committing to one of the best lacrosse colleges in the country. Man, I'm going to be going off to college in a little bit less than a year, and I don't even know where I'm going yet. That would be so nice to know 2 years before where you're going to be going to college. I wish I had that kind of situation.
Yeah, everyone's very envious of Josh here. But
absolutely.
Still working hard for the football team with a great punt there.
Yep, Kepler in the backfield going on 2 here. Bria, hand off to Bria quickly, and he's swallowed by the Staples defense. Going to be brought down for no gain by Cody Goldman. Very, very talented player. Great linebacker. I play rugby with him. I mean, he's one of the strongest kids I know. He's got great genetics. But Cody Goldman able to get the tackle there for no gain. So, again, sitting on the 4-yard line, Ridgefield Tigers, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, run play blown up right there by Staples D and Goldman. See what they do here, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Kepler in the shotgun. He's going to be joined by Bria, which, it's to be expected at this point because they're going to want to look for that option. That 5-wide was not working earlier. Bria moving to his right side here, and Kepler waiting to get the snap. Timing seems a little off, but he's going to look for his man. He's going to look, throws it right in the ground. He was looking for his man, but then he was looking for the turf. Trying to connect with Trevor Chognacki, but did not connect there. Not the best pass from Kepler there. The pressure got to him. And 3rd and 10 on your own 4-yard line, not the best position to be in.
Yeah, Chognacki looked like he had a little space there, so just completely miscued by Kepler on the throw, putting him in the Ridgefield offense in a tough position there. See if they can do anything when this tough 3rd down.
Yeah, absolutely. And trips left here, the package for the Ridgefield Tigers. They got their big guy, Brian Fitzpatrick, the tight end, out there accompanying the 2 wide receivers, Candulo and Colsey. And Kepler looking to get the snap, running it on 2, gets it. He's looking deep here for his guy. Colsey, it's floated, and it's, again, dropped by Sam Petrosino. But honestly, Wes, not the worst drop. Do you want to pick at the 40-yard line, or do you want a 4th down for them at their own 4-yard line?
I mean, they're going to be punching the ball away. I feel like the punt's going to end up in a similar spot as where the pick would have been. Personally, if I'm Sammy, I still want to bring that ball down. It's the second ball that's been in both of his hands tonight that he has dropped, so not a great sign for the captain, cornerback, and wide receiver. But not the worst news. Anthony Armentano's out there in coverage, too. That deep ball by Kepler, completely smothered by Staples secondary. And now they're going to have to punt the ball away on their own goal line.
That's kind of like a situation where Kepler kind of steps back, and he's like, Colsey's got to be down there somewhere, right? Just kind of tosses it up, hopes that the UVA commit can make some magic, but not going to happen there. And Ridgefield, honestly, your punter is so deep, he's almost out of bounds. So much can go wrong for them here. I actually think he might be out of bounds already. He might be lined up out of bounds as he fields the snap. Nope, just has his heels on the line. Not the best punt. It's going to be at about the 30-yard line. It's going to bounce backwards, fielded at the 25. great field position for Staples. The special teams not really showing to be the forte of the Ridgefield Tigers here.
No, that dropped interception is looking even better for Sammy after that
Absolutely.
punt. Staples really has had no struggle getting the ball in good field position today. He's started in good field position on every drive they've had, and now knocking on the Ridgefield goal line already, looking to score.
Yeah, Sam getting a little bit of a blessing there. So in the film session tomorrow, I can be like, Coach Matty, that was just a smart play. I knew that they were going to do that. So he got a little bit of a bailout there. But Smith lining up 5 wide, not a single soul to join him in the backfield. Never mind, looks like they only had 10 out there on the field. Armentano coming out a little slow. But the Wreckers looking to get going here. Petrosino got the one-on-one with Ken Dulo up in the top left. Doubles right. Ryan Skolnick, the tight end, in on this set. Smith in the shotgun takes the snap, and it's going to be a handoff quickly to Armentano. And he's bouncing out to the left side, and he's got the blocks, and he's picking up. He's at the 5-yard line, brought down. Looks like a little bit of confusion. Maybe he thought he could get back up after being brought down. But Armentano at the 5-yard line, brought down. I mean, he's a quick guy out there. By the time I said that he broke the line, he was already at the 10-yard line, starting at the 25. He runs, got to be in the 4s when we're talking 40s.
Yeah, he's 5'8", 165, pure muscle, moves really well, and you can see that speed there. He's the quicker of the two Staples backs, bounces off to the left side there with a huge chunk gain.
Absolutely, Staples looking to go quick here. Smith, the snap in the shotgun. Armentano bouncing it out again to the left side, and he's going to walk in untouched for the touchdown for the Staples Wreckers. The blocks were all there. I mean, great way to capitalize off amazing field position from the Wreckers. And honestly, this game, as much as we've seen dominance from the offense of Staples, a lot of it has come down to just Ridgefield mistakes. You know, giving your opponent that kind of field position, it's unacceptable, especially when you know it's almost disrespectful to go against an offense this good and be like, yeah, we're going to give you the ball at the 40-yard line, and then we're going to let you score on us twice.
Yeah, obviously, 2 great run plays from Armentano to get that score, but like you said, setting up in that field position did not make the most challenging score for the Staples. And Anthony Armentano, the junior running back, able to get his first score of the season, so that's got to feel good, get the monkey off his back there, and hopefully open up a big running season for him this year.
Absolutely. In the snap, Ollie Howard with the hold, Murillo for the extra point, and it's good. Staples going to extend their lead here to 21-3. I mean, that looked like much of what we saw in the first quarter, just great running. You know, they don't need to throw the ball. It's honestly something that's a little bit comforting to see as a Staples Wreckers fan. When last year, you know, having Tyler Clark and Caleb Smith, the passing leader in the state of Connecticut, throwing for 3,000 yards, Tyler Clark accounting for 1,250 of those receiving yards. It's a little bit comforting to see that we've developed our run game since. You know, our quarterback is not necessarily going to be our leading rusher. We're able to use that and play on all different phases of the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of threats in the back for this year with Armentano, Fiala, and then, like we mentioned earlier, Smith being his own running force in the backfield. Another thing that you want to look at is, like we said with last week, Staples had a tough time containing West Haven's run game, and the run defense was not great for Staples last week. Led to a lot of big plays for West Haven, and an eventual Staples loss that week. Later this season, next week, Ridgefield's playing West Haven. Their run defense is getting blown up by the Staples offense.
100%.
If the Staples run defense, which is clearly better than this Ridgefield run defense, can't handle that West Haven run game, Ridgefield's in for a surprise next week.
Absolutely. I don't know if they're ready for that, but honestly, it's high school football. Anything can happen, and it's crazy how after all these games, I mean, every single game is going to matter. Whoever wins this game, like if they beat West Haven, it just kind of screws up the standings overall. But Staples back here to kick, and the kick is going to be deep to the right. It's going to be fielded by Dominic Berea, and he gets it at the 5-yard line, had to turn around. He's running to the middle. He's got no blockers. He's going to be brought down by Max Murillo. Max Murillo all over the field today. I mean, what? He's going to kick the ball, and then he's going to break up a pass, and then he's going to lay the hit. Brings him down at the 10-yard line. Ridgefield almost back where they started last drive, which led to a record touchdown.
Yeah, Max is an athlete that's playing football. He can really do it all. He's the extra point field goal kicker here for Staples. Returning punts, making tackles like that, almost blocked the field goal earlier. He really can do it all for Staples. He is a crazy speed and athletic threat for the Staples team, and they're really lucky to have him in the senior season.
Absolutely. Super impressive what Murillo has done so far, and it kind of shows that he can play offense, he can play defense, he can play special teams. I mean, really, a 5-tool guy, not something you really see as much in football as you do baseball. But Kepler back here in the empty backfield, take the snap, and he's going to look for a batted down pass by Ryan Skolnick. The linebacker getting the pressure there. Looks for a quick hitch pass out to Montanaro. But Kepler, again, not really showing the best here for the passing game. Ridgefield, definitely completion percentage hovering around 30-20% here. So, got to get something going here. Got to start getting open. You got Kyle Colsey, the athlete. You got to hope he can make some moves on some guys, or maybe just start running the ball and see what happens. Try to take advantage of that three front, and that may be what they do. Is they run the double-headed dragon, 2 running backs on either side of Kepler here, in the shotgun, ready to take the snap. Running a little bit of an off-time snap. It's pretty interesting, and Kepler's going to receive it. And he's going to hand off to the running back on his left side, and it's going to go for minimal gain, 2 yards there for the Tigers. Bring us up 3rd and 7 on their own 14-yard line. Not the best position there for Ridgefield. Again, could be another just 3-and-out rough drive for the Tigers.
Yeah, not what they wanted there on that short little gain. They're going to see what they can do here on 3rd and 7, but again, like you said, not looking great at all for Ridgefield. Staples looking to shut them down here and force another 3-and-out, the 4th of the ball game for Ridgefield if they were to get it stop here.
Absolutely. You look out on this defense, a lot of guys who play both sides of the ball. You got Skolnick, Armentano, Murillo, Petrosino. Both guys, it makes you think of timeout there for the Wreckers, but it makes you think of Travis Hunter, kind of blowing up the college football game, right? Taking 100-plus snaps in Division I FBS football, something you don't really see that often. And we see a lot of that in high school. Guys playing both sides of the ball. I mean, Tanner Klepsa, the tackle, same with Dominic Petronelli, the guard, both O-linemen subbing in and out at nose guard. Murillo, he plays wide receiver, plays safety. Petrosino plays cornerback, plays safety, plays cornerback, plays wide receiver. Super impressive, the stamina these kids have to go out there for 3 plays and then go out for maybe a full offensive drive.
Yeah, this is a really athletic Staples football team. We've been saying that a lot over the last few years, and it's true. As under Coach Behrens, this team has not only been football players, but they've also been athletes. They train incredibly hard all season, all summer, all off season to get ready for this so that they can have those amount of players that are playing almost every snap. I mean, Sammy Petrosino, the captain, is never coming off the field, really.
Absolutely not.
And, that kind of stamina, that kind of skill and ability to play top-tier FCX football on both sides of the ball is something incredible to see. Something that they're going to have next year, and their number 1 cornerback and number 1 running back, Anthony Armentano, is going to play. He's going to be the number 1 guy at both sides there on 2 of the hardest positions on the field. He's someone who never really played quarterback until last year, and they kind of worked it into his system, and he's excelled at it, and you can see how he's playing so far this season. He's playing well, training as much as he can to be like the real number 1 defensive back last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And next year.
Kepler here coming out in the shotgun on the 3rd and 6, looking to convert here in their own red zone with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. And he drops back for the pass, and he's looking for his guy. He's looking for Montanaro, and he makes the catch at the 35-yard line. Beautiful ball there from Kepler. Gets it through a tight window on the post there to Montanaro. And Ridgefield going to move the chains for maybe the first time tonight. Definitely not something you want to say going into the second quarter if you're Ridgefield, but they're getting going here finally with a deep strike. One of the first big balls we've seen there from Kepler.
It is the first down here with 8 minutes left in the second quarter, and Alex Fiala got lost in coverage there.
Kepler with the quick snap and the quick handoff. It looks like there's going to be a false start, yeah. And Wes, I don't know if you've picked up on it, but there looks to be a little bit of, I don't know if it's planned so the linebackers can't jump the snap, but when Kepler claps his hands to signal that snap, there's a 1 to 2 second delay before the center snaps the ball. It's thrown off my timing here, and Kepler, I don't know, I think that might be planned, so it's difficult to time, but it looks a little bit off with the center there. It's almost like the center kind of snaps it whenever he wants, and the offense is just kind of looking to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, hard to say what's happening there, but clearly messed up Ridgefield on that one with the false start.
Absolutely, and they're looking here at a 1st and 20, or 1st and about 17. Ridgefield again drops back. Kepler in the shotgun fires back to his man Berea for the screen, and he gets up a gain of about 7, bringing them up to 2nd and 9. Good design play there from Ridgefield on the first down. I mean, when you get a play something like that, you obviously don't want to just throw the ball deep first down. So looking for the underneath to the screen. Haven't seen a lot from Barilla today in the receiving department. A lot of just rushes where he gets kind of stuffed. But it's comforting if you're a Tigers fan there to see that you're able to pick up some big yards on plays that you need them. Again, Kepler lining up in the shotgun here, Berea on his right. And he's going to drop back. And he's looking for his guy, Candulo. And Candulo got the pass, but Anthony Armentano lays the hit stick, and there's a flag on the play.
Oh, no. The flag's not what you want to see after a beautiful hit by Anthony Armentano, who looked like a surefire chunk completion for Ridgefield. Armentano lowers his shoulders, able to knock the ball out, but the refs coming in with a flag here. Let's see what they call.
Yeah, and, honestly, the play there could have been that he led with his head, a targeting call, because, He signaled that, the ref there. So it's going to be a targeting call. It's going to be an automatic first down for Ridgefield. I'm going to say off the top of my head that's a personal foul. So it's either 15 yards, could be 10 yards. But we'll see where they spot this ball here. But honestly, it was a great play there by Armentano. If he just led with his shoulder, I mean, that's beautiful. Montanaro had that ball in his hands. That would have been a big gain of about 20. But Armentano was able to speed there and get it. Knock that ball loose.
I thought it was an incredible play by Armentano. I'm surprised by the call. I thought it really was a shoulder there.
I agree.
So a little, possibly a soft call there by the refs, but it will give Ridgefield the first down here.
Man, being a football ref's got to be the hardest decision in the world. No matter what you do, someone's going to disagree with you. As the Tigers are going to take control here at the 48, the record 48-yard line, looking to punch something in. Kepler in the shotgun, Berea on his right, and he's going to take the snap in the shotgun. And he's looking deep. He's looking deep left. Looking to fire to Montanaro. Fires in a tight window. And there's great coverage there. Anthony Armentano and Max Murillo both over that. Almost a hospital pass. I would feel bad for Montanaro had he got his hands on the ball there. Murillo was coming down on him like a bat out of hell, ready to wreak havoc on him. So almost avoided what could have been a horrible situation there.
Yeah, Armentano in coverage there, able to stick with him. Murillo comes out of the safety from the back, able to support him there. Anthony able to get his hand up and knock the ball away. Two great plays in a row from Armentano. And we'll see what the Ridgefield Tigers are able to do here, second down.
Yeah, absolutely. Kepler in the shotgun, 2nd and 10 here. About 7 minutes left in this second quarter. Takes the snap, and he's going to, again, look to the left side. Going to fire to Montanaro. Looking to be one of his better, his more favorite targets, but he's brought down on the tackle by Andrew Rossman, his third on the day. And the Ridgefield Tigers going to have about a 3rd and 4 here from the 41-yard line of the Staples Wreckers. Crucial first down here. I mean, the Ridgefield Tigers really hoping to catch the end zone before this quarter ends, as Kepler again in the shotgun, Berea to his right. I mean, I keep repeating myself, but it's again more of the same. A lot of the similar formations here, running dual right and left, and Kepler drops back, finds his man again, Montanaro. And they're going to say that he was out of bounds. Try to find the pass on the sideline, quick out to pick up the first down, but he was pushed out of bounds by Anthony Armentano, so they couldn't complete the pass. And Ridgefield maybe going for it here. Have not seen the punt personnel find it. Have not seen the punt personnel find their way onto the field. And refs, looks like they're going to actually say he was ruled in bounds. Surprising call there. Everyone on the field thought that he was out of bounds, but Ridgefield able to pick up the first down. Crucial first down there for them as they're sitting here on the 39-yard line of the Staples Wreckers. Kepler in the shotgun, Berea behind him.
Yeah, I actually agree with that call, Andy. While Anthony made a great play to tackle him quickly, I thought he got his feet in at bounds. But as Montanaro continues the ball, Armentano's there to answer the call.
I agree as well. Kepler dropping back, and he's brought down. Ball's loose. Did the Wreckers fall on it? See who was the first one there. Ball was swatted out of his hands by Chuck Leahy. Brings the ball out, and Wreckers are signaling that they got the ball, but, I mean, that's what everyone does. Let's see what happens when this pile picks up. And it's going to be second down for the Ridgefield Tigers. Ridgefield getting saved there by their offensive guard. Ben Laub able to fall on it. Great play there by him for the big boy to step up and save them that ball. Could have been disaster for the Ridgefield Tigers there. Sitting here on 2nd and 11.
Great hit there by Troy Leahy, able to knock the ball loose. Huge kid, measuring almost 6'6". Absolutely a great hit there, able to force the fumble. Unfortunately, the Ridgefield lineman able to smother it quickly, which I saw off the ball. But a great force fumble there by Leahy. He continues a strong season, a strong varsity career here at Staples.
Agreed. Kepler in the shotgun takes the snap, and he's rolling out right, looking for his guy. And he's going to try to scramble. A lot of pressure from Staples. Finds a little bit of running room, and he's loose. And he picks up a big gain there of 10 yards to bring them to a 3rd and 1. I mean, beautiful work there from Kepler. It looked like he had nothing going. Hit a little juke, step back to the left, and he had green grass to pick up almost a first down here. Big run and big heads-up play there from the senior quarterback, Kepler.
Yeah, good persistence by the Ridgefield offense. That play could have blown off quickly after only a couple yards, but they continue to push forward, push the pile, and keep moving to get a big gain there.
Tigers sitting here at 3rd and 3. Really looking to find this end zone here. Kepler again in the shotgun, accompanied by the solo running back. And he takes it, and they're going to do a handoff, and it's going to be swallowed up by Charlie Leahy, the big man, the defensive end. I mean, he's really just making that tackle's life a living hell. That's the only way to put it. Coming in from the right side, able to get all the way to the left inside of the guard to make that tackle here. And 4th down and about 4 for the Ridgefield Tigers, and they're going to go for it. Kepler getting the play from the sideline. Big play. I mean, it's only the second quarter, but this is a big play for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think it's a must go for it if you're the Ridgefield Tigers here. Only the second quarter, obviously, but trailing by 18 points. It's a big play in this tough game because Staples not going to kick their foot off the gas when they get the ball back at the end of the half and then as they head to the second half. Troy Leahy making himself known as well. Another big tackle there. He's a force that's going to be reckoned with in the FCAC for a long time to come this year and next year, only a junior.
Absolutely. Kepler taking the snap. He's looking deep right side. Finds Colsey over the middle, and he holds on to that ball down at the 10-yard line. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Could have been a little bit of a hit after the play. Something to note about Colsey is a lot of lacrosse players on this team, especially Murillo, so there probably is a little bit of beef between the two. Colsey, one of the best lacrosse players in the state, but same with the Staples Wreckers. You're back-to-back Staples state champions, so definitely a little bit of a rivalry there. But waiting on the call from the refs here. Picked up the first down regardless at the 10-yard line, and it looks like they're going to be given another 5 by the community chest. No, hold on. That ref was just walking. Never mind. Not going to be given anything from the community chest. Here, down at the 10-yard line, looked like they took the flag back. I really didn't see what it could have been there. It only could have been a late hit, but at that point, it's really a gang tackle. Nothing dangerous, nothing crazy. And Ridgefield finally knocking on that Staples end zone here, only 10 yards out from what could be a big score.
Yeah, Ridgefield and Coach Callahan going to Old Reliable there, getting the ball to Colsey, almost 1,000 yards receiving last year, and in the big spot, 4th down here towards the end of the first half. They get the ball to him. He's able to get that first down, and that's exactly what they need from their big-time players here. Kepler to Colsey to get that first down. Let's see if they can punch the ball in the end zone here for their first touchdown of the game.
Ridgefield will actually be given that 5 yards. So sitting here on the 5-yard line, Kepler looking to take the snap in the shotgun, and he's going to hand it off. And there's a fumble, miscommunication, and it looks like the Staples Wreckers fell on it. And we're waiting on the call here. No, it looks like Barillo was able to get there, fortunately, to save what could have been tragedy for the Tigers. You get down this deep. This has been a long drive. It's been very methodical. To get down this deep and not capitalize on it would honestly be heartbreaking. So fortunately, he was able to follow on that. But those 5 yards go away, sitting here second and goal, but on the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it's been a long drive. They got a lot of yards, but it's also their second fumble of the drive. So they're going to be lucky to walk away with the points that they're going to get on this drive here. Let's see if they can do it.
Absolutely. Kepler in the shotgun takes a snap, and he drops back for the pass. Finds the big man, the tight end, and he's brought down for no gain by Cody Goldman. Great coverage there. The linebacker was able to get out there, play that flat super well. So now 3rd and goal, but at the 10-yard line still for Ridgefield. Really hoping to find that end zone. And Ridgefield looking to get the play in from the sideline here. The Jaws music is playing in the stadium right now, trying to show that this Staples defense has got some grit, some toughness. They got some gumption. That's my word of the day today. They got some gumption to them. And Ridgefield, Kepler in the shotgun again. Barilla joined behind him on this crucial 3rd down. It looks like there's going to be a timeout called by the Tigers. Want to regroup. I mean, if I'm the Tigers here too, you got 2 minutes left to go in this second quarter, and you're down by 18. I would be regrouping too, because you don't get those timeouts in the second half.
Yeah, the timeouts will carry over. Obviously, they had all 3 timeouts remaining here with just under 2 minutes. So a great time to use it by Coach Callahan. Can't argue with that call. So they're going to regroup here, talk over the play, and hope to force it in on a crucial 3rd down.
And, obviously we can't predict the future, but what do you think Ridgefield's going to go here? My guess is they're going to line up. My guess, they really do like that dual set where they'll run twins, two wide receivers on either side. I feel like what they got to do here is they know their guy is Colsey. They're going to run trips, get Colsey, the solo man on the right, outfade it out to him, or their tight end, 81, Fitzpatrick. He's got a big frame. Maybe try to use him as a vertical threat. Just get him to run a seam, float it up to him. As talented as this Staples secondary is, they're not the tallest out there, so you want to use every advantage you got.
Yeah, I think they're going to definitely run up a quick little throw play. Out route to the right side. I'm going to see Colsey get the ball there. I think that's definitely what they're going to look for here. That is their number 1 option on the offense. That is their number 1 guy last year. He's going to continue to be the number 1 guy all this season. Obviously, the sick athlete, and he's who they're going to need to go to here. They went to him for the first down earlier. I think that's who they go for, and who Kepler gets the ball to here on the 3rd down.
Absolutely. It's been a little bit of surprise as of late seeing Kepler use Montanaro as his favorite target, even though we know Colsey has the repertoire and the talent, and it looks like they are going to go trips, but he's going to have his favorite target, Montanaro, the solo receiver, down on the left side, guarded by Anthony Armentano. If, they're running a passing play, I'm looking for him here, because that's one-on-one coverage. That's what you want to see as Kepler's in the shotgun. And he's going to take the snap, and he's looking to the right side, and he's going to be swallowed by the Staples defense. That's a sack for Tristan Keefe, number 41. And that brings him back about 10 yards, brings him to the 20-yard line. 4th down for the Ridgefield Tigers. I mean, that just made that field goal a heck of a lot harder. And cheers are coming in from the Staples sideline as Ridgefield's going to take another timeout, maybe trying to draw up a play here because they realize that these opportunities are few and far between.
Yeah, the fourth down that they went for earlier, they converted it. I think now, knocking on the end zone, they're going to have to go for this 4th down here with 1:45 left. And like I thought, Kepler looked to the right side to get the ball over to some of his top wide receivers, but too long. Staples secondary had him smothered, and that really was a coverage sack there as Keith was able to get to him and set him down. Setting him to 4th down, this tough call for Coach Callahan. Seems like he's going to go for it after this timeout. This is the most crucial point of the game for Ridgefield so far.
Sure. Pardon the station ID there. What were you saying, Wes?
I was just saying this is probably the most crucial point for Ridgefield so far in this game, in my opinion. Obviously trailing by a solid amount heading into the halftime, but this is really anyone's game. They're getting the ball at half. They can come back. They are a good football team, and especially if they're able to get some points here, push the ball in. But if this 4th down ends up with a turnover run down, and with 1:45, some time for Staples to run down the field, possibly get a field goal or more, that could really be the final blow to Ridgefield, even though we're only here in the first half.
Absolutely, and despite being 4th and goal here, 18 yards to find that end zone here, Kepler in the shotgun. There's almost no chance that he's running here. Got Colsey, his favorite target, out there on the left side, and that's where he's going to go, firing deep left, the fade for Colsey, and the ball is tipped by Murillo. A little upset by that, but honestly, not the worst thing in the world. He maybe could have had to return that interception, but they're going to be getting the ball at the 20-yard line. 1:40 to go. Staples loves that deep ball, so their 2-minute offense is it's great.
Yeah, another big deflection by Murillo. Funny, the old saying about quarterbacks, they would be wide receivers if they could catch. Kind of showing true here for Staples defense. A lot of great deflections from Petrosino, from Murillo, Armentano on the squad, but no balls that have been picked off so far. But another great play by Max Murillo, and a turnover on downs gives Staples the ball close to their own end zone, but they're able to run with it, give 1:39 to see to push the ball.
Wes, as much as quarterbacks could be wide receivers if they can catch, I got to say, I think the cornerback is the hardest position on the football field because you're basically doing what a wide receiver does, but you don't know what he's going to do, and you got to follow him exactly.
I agree.
It's pretty difficult.
So exhausting.
Absolutely.
Definitely the hardest position on the field. See what they run here now.
Yeah, Smith in the shotgun, joined by Fiala, and Nathan Smith, his brother, in motion. He takes the snap, and he drops back for the pass. He's looking to fire deep here for Nathan Smith along the sideline, and he makes the catch! A pass for 30 yards, and they're going hurry up, but brought down at the 45-yard line. What a way to change positions there for the Staples Wreckers, and their line's already on the ball. They're ready to go, trying to catch Ridgefield on their toes. Smith just getting the call in from the sideline.
Yeah, Coach Manny, Coach Barons are hungry now. After able to get that big play, they're looking for the touchdown here. They don't want to settle for the 3 points. And another brilliant pass by Caleb to his little brother Nathan for the second connection of the ball game.
Absolutely, Smith in the shotgun, and it looks like there's going to be a false start or a timeout taken by the Ridgefield Tigers. I'm not surprised. They really did not look prepared, so you're not just going to give them free points, especially when the half's about to come up. That is really a game changer there. We witnessed that last week. West Haven, Staples had a 7-point lead, and then going into the half, there was just a little bit of a mess up on the last play, and that made it even at halftime. That really does change the side of the game.
Yeah, I think that it's part of the hurry-up strategy by the Staples offense as well. They're trying to get Ridgefield to burn their last time out, and they got it done. So Ridgefield stopping the clock for Staples, so Staples doesn't have to burn any of their timeouts, and they're able to move that ball there. We saw before the big completion to Nathan Smith, he started over on the left side, the far side by Ridgefield's bleachers. He was put in motion, able to come around. You've seen him go in motion the same way multiple times so far this game. But that's the first time that play's actually gone all the way through. The progression went through, and the read for Caleb went to his brother for a huge chunk play here. And now, I think Staples is going to be running with the same play that they had set up before the timeout. Coach Barons was out there talking to his team. But they're setting up here for another big first down as Ridgefield's defense comes out of the timeout.
Absolutely, and there was a little bit of confusion there from the Ridgefield defense, not able to keep that motion in play. The cornerback was a little bit slow, and Caleb saw that, so he was like, let's get this going, and I know my brother's going to be down there. He had that family bond, that connection. He had that trust in him. As the Wreckers are looking to line up here, 1:23 to go on the 45-yard line, trying to put up another score on the Ridgefield Tigers. Smith in the shotgun, joined by Fiala. Something we're used to seeing by now. And there's going to be another motion. His brother again on the motion, Nathan Smith. And the snap is back. Caleb dropping back. And nothing going there. A lot of pressure from Ridgefield. He scrambles and he's brought down by Ridgefield, again, the monster of a man. We're talking 6'7", 220. We're talking a big boy there, Skanga. And Staples looking to take a timeout here, collect. It's second down, second and about 15. They want to get this touchdown here. They really want to try to put this game away before halftime. So Staples going into the huddle here. What play are you calling, Wes? Because if I know I'm going in here, I'm running trips. I'm getting Nathan Smith on one side. I'm getting Sam Petrosino on the one side. And I've got trust in them that one of them is going to get open.
Yeah, definitely. I want to look for Sammy, especially on this play. He hasn't really gotten the ball much on offense so far. I think that he's the X factor here. He's the captain, the senior, and he's who they want to get the big play here. Obviously, they had Nathan in motion again on that play like he did on the big play earlier. A little bit different route off the motion as he was cutting across to the far side by Ridgefield's bleachers, but he was kind of smothered by a good Ridgefield secondary. And another coverage sack there by Ridgefield as Gang was able to swallow up Caleb Smith. Not a bad play call, but an answer from Ridgefield after that timeout, and they were able to mark all mans and get that sack, which is exactly what they needed at that time. See what Caleb and the Staples offense could do here now.
They actually do line up in the trips with Petrosino coming off for Cam Pryor, the junior. Smith in the shotgun takes the snap, and he's rolling out left, looking for a flood concept. He floats the ball to his brother again, Nathan Smith. His favorite target. He's brought out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Beautiful play by Staples. Way to stop the clock, and they're going to be already in the red zone here after only 3 plays.
After all offseason, I was talking to Nathan about, the excitement of being able to play with his brother. His brother, the best quarterback in the state, especially after that junior season.
Oh, yeah.
All the expectations high of what he can do in the senior season, and finally Nathan in his junior year being a starting wide receiver on that field with him. Really special for the Smith family.
Absolutely.
But we're all looking forward to what they could do. And last week it was not the biggest game for their connection, but so far this game has been brilliant in the first half.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun to see Smith in the shotgun again, joined by Fiala. And he's going to drop back for the pass once again. And he's looking for Fiala. He finds Fiala outside on the wheel route, and he's going to find his way into the end zone for a record touchdown. Beautiful play there by the Staples Wreckers. Fiala ran the wheel route perfectly. No one was on him, and it was just a great play.
Alex Fiala in there for his second touchdown of the game, 1 receiving, 1 rushing, and Fiala doing great work out of the backfield today. Staples 27-3 as Murillo comes on to knock in that extra point, make it 28 as 54 seconds read on the first half clock.
As Fiala was coming off the field, Coach Barons hit him with a little chest bump. Gotta love to see that connection there from coach to player. It's honestly a beautiful thing, and Murillo looking to go 100% on the day here, lining up for his 4th PAT. One of his best friends, Ollie Howard, the holder, as the snap's coming back, and the kick is up from Murillo, and, it's good. I used to play with him back in the day, and when we played PAL football, his nickname was Auto Max, because he was Auto Maxic, nailing every single PAT, and Staples just honestly making that cushion bigger. It's, I'm not going to, obviously nothing's impossible, but as we see the mistakes pile up on the Ridgefield side of the ball, it just seems more and more difficult for them to dig themselves out of this game.
When they got the ball off of the turnover on downs by their own goal line, the clock wrote a minute 39. Right here, 54 seconds left. So quickly they were able to turn that into 7 points. So the big completions from Caleb to Nathan. And, that is really a backbreaker. They got the ball for a minute 39, and they were able to hand the ball back to Ridgefield after scoring another touchdown with even enough time for Ridgefield to maybe do something. This Staples offense has looked explosive in the first half here, and 28-3, the score really shows it. Ridgefield going to have a lot to talk about over halftime.
Absolutely. This is honestly a big moment for Ridgefield. I know we keep saying it, but every chance that they can get the ball and try to put a score up is a chance where they can dampen the Wreckers, their momentum. So 54 seconds left before we're going to go to the halftime. You really got to hope if you're Ridgefield, man, let's do something. Let's get something on the board here. Let's try to get the boys going so we come out of halftime, we're ready to rip heads off.
Yeah, looking for at least another 3.
Yep, and the ball, it's going to be a little squib kick there, fielded by Ridgefield at the 30-yard line. It just falls on it. Coverage by Max Murillo, again, all over the field. But Ridgefield going to get going at the 30-yard line here, trying to get something going here. Kepler walking out. If you're Kepler here, you're really hoping that your wide receivers are going to have a good drive.
Yeah, squib there called by Coach Barons and the special teams coordinator. Obviously, trying to milk some time off the clock before they get the ball back to Ridgefield. But a good job smothered by Ridgefield special teams, and they're going to start with the ball here around the 30. Kepler getting his signs now, getting his offense set. ready to move the ball.
Yeah, and it's also nice, too, to kind of like eliminate the risk of them somehow returning a touchdown, because as much as, they do have mistakes, they're athletes, so, anything can happen, and if they were able to return a touchdown there off the kickoff, it would be horrible. So just a smart play there, honestly, getting better field positions. There's a pre-snap penalty. Looks like it may be a false start here for Ridgefield. The refs are talking. One of them's trying to wave it off, it looks like. We'll wait to get the call here in a minute.
Yeah, referee and umpire convening here. We're looking for the call.
Oh, looks like it's going to be against the Wreckers. They're going
Yeah.
to be moving back about 5 yards. Could have been a neutral zone infraction. Could have been anything, really. Nothing too clear here.
Coach Barron's on the field now getting an explanation from the umpire to see what's going on. But without a doubt, a penalty there on the Wreckers, and Ridgefield will get some yards here.
Oh, and they're actually going to get a lot of yards. They're going to be going up, 10, 15 yards? All the way up to the, 15 yards. All the way up to from the 30 to the 45. So the Ridgefield Tigers, way better field position here. Kepler again, joined by Berea in the shotgun. Drops back to pass, and he fires a ball into Colsey in the middle of the field. Colsey showing shades of Tyler Clark, getting to the outside, able to get out of bounds, picking up 12 yards on that play. Moving the chains, already onto the Wreckers 40. Go from their 45 to the Wreckers 40, just like that. And, that's the kind of stuff we expect to see. Colsey, a very talented lacrosse player, much like Tyler Clark last year. You want to get him the ball in the open field because there were 4 Wreckers that just sat there while Colsey just kind of weaved his way around them to pick up the extra yards. If you can get Colsey in the open field, he'll give you those extra yards. His run-after-catch potential is amazing.
Yeah, the UVA commit, uber athletic, able to get to the sideline there, real heads-up play.
Absolutely. Kepler gets the snap in the shotgun. He finds Colsey again. As I said, he's looking for those wide receivers there. Picks up another first down, getting out of bounds, already at the 30-yard line. I mean, this is what I expected to see from the first quarter, to find Colsey. That's your guy. As much as, Staples can key in on that. People keyed in on Tyler Clark last year. He's still at over 1,200 receiving yards. It's high school football, man. If you're dominant, you're dominant. You find your guy. And Ridgefield really advancing the ball here. Again, another opportunity to get a strike. 37 seconds to go here.
Yeah, I don't know why it took
In the
Ridgefield
second
to the end of the first half to figure out that they're going to need Colsey on those out routes and working with their wide receivers, but they finally got it going here for 2 first downs, and he's able to get out of bounds.
Absolutely. Kepler back in the shotgun. Again, he's looking for Colsey as it's finally picked off by Sam Petrosino at the 15-yard line. I mean, there's a certain point where you throw 2 good passes to Colsey, you're like, man, let's go put another one out there, but then you just kind of throw a duck, and that's really what that was. A little bit underthrown there from Kepler. Right into the hands of Petrosino. Petrosino, glad he finally got one of the day. He could have had, 3 today so far? Would have been pretty insane going into the first half. But the Wreckers, again, 31 seconds. I mean, maybe they put another score on, but I think the smart play to do here is really just run off the clock.
Yeah, Captain Sammy able to bring down that ball. A pick. The last thing that Ridgefield needed in that moment, because they were in position for the field goal as well. They had 3 points secured at least.
Absolutely.
And the ball gets thrown away by Kepler. Careless throw, careless play, and, nothing is going well for Ridgefield. They've had time and time again to kind of reverse their luck and try to go with it, but it's not happening.
Smith in the shotgun, hands off to Fiala. Fiala, like a bull, but it's still brought down. But definitely Ridgefield's going to feel that tomorrow as he picks up about 2 yards here for 2nd and 8 on their 16-yard line.
Yeah, Rossman getting a little chippy with the Ridgefield linebacker after the play, but things settle down here. Smith looking for his plays right now from Coach Matty.
It's almost interesting to see games get chippy when they're like almost this out of hand, as it looks like the Wreckers getting the play call in here. Smith just having a casual conversation as the clock's going to run out with Fiala, and that's going to be our first half of football here for the Staples Wreckers, 28-3. Kind of a cursed number if you think about it. I'm a Patriots fan. I remember that Super Bowl. Wes, you probably remember that Super Bowl. I mean, we're talking about crazy things, so obviously we could say this from experience. Ridgefield's not out of this game. They actually showed pretty good signs, too, of good football in that last drive.
Yeah, they show that they're capable of it, and like you said, they're not out of this game, but it's going to be a tough fight in the second half. A lot of adjustments for Coach Callahan to make in the locker room this halftime. We'll see what they can do with it, see if they come out in the second half a little bit of fight within them, a little bit of, they want this. Because they really haven't shown that they've wanted it so far. So, Staples going to try to continue to push and keep their foot on the gas to bury Ridgefield in the second half. We'll see if Ridgefield and Coach Callahan can come up with any answers.
Absolutely. And one important thing just to touch on, before we go to the half is I think that second to last drive that Ridgefield had was really just kind of a telltale sign of how the game was going. They managed to get all the way down to the 5-yard line in the Staples Wreckers. Their first time actually sniffing real red zone plays, and there's a fumble, and they basically just lose it down. And then there's a sack, and then they lose 10 yards. I mean, they went from being on the 5-yard line on the first down to being on the 18-yard line on the fourth down, and then being dragged back for even more yards. It's honestly unacceptable to get into a position like that and just have that many mistakes, hold you back. We've seen from Ridgefield, we've seen signs of a team that can be very dominant and use their very talented players, but their mistakes is what's holding them back in this game. And that's all we have for this half. We'll be back in just under 10 minutes for the second half of Wrecker football. I'm Andy Stewart. This is Weston Hockhauser. We'll see you guys soon. 53, 52, one of them. But, as much as it seems like the Wreckers are in the driver's seat here, definitely it could go either way, as we're just kind of waiting for the Tigers to find their way back to their sideline, as halftime's already ended, but they have not left the locker room yet. Little additional 3 minutes here. Wes, you got any thoughts on what do we expect from the Tigers in the second half? Because I've got some too.
I mean, I'm excited for the second half in general. I think it's going to be a fun one. Hopefully it's as fun as the first half was. I think the Tigers are going to come out with a little bit of fight, a little bit of pep talk from Coach Callahan, but from what I've seen in the first half, I think it's going to die quickly. I think they might be out there for a good drive or two for one set, but I really don't think they're going to be able to push back and compete in a real threat of a comeback throughout the second half.
And, one of the things that we can see is it's kind of a telltale sign of, what's the difference between good and great teams. We know Ridgefield's a good team because they're able to string together a couple plays, where they look super good. They're able to string together two plays, they're going to gain 40 yards. But a great team is going to string together a whole drive and find their way in the end zone. And Ridgefield yet to do that already, even though they had great opportunities, being on the 5-yard line of Staples on the first down. The fact that you don't find the end zone there, it's honestly, it's difficult, especially, Staples not known for their best run defense. They're showing excellent progress tonight after running a 3-front, but they're not known for their best. Also, I found out Tanner Klupsa, one of their big guys who rotates in at that nose guard spot, actually tweaked an injury during warm-ups, so he only played that first drive of offense, and he was off the field after that. So they're down another man, too. They're down a big boy who holds down the middle there. That's kind of what you're looking for. So Dominic Petrosinelli is taking most of those snaps right now. So Staples isn't even in full gear, but yet it looks like they're just driving over the Ridgefield Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers haven't looked good on either side of the ball, which is kind of the biggest concern for them. Normally, if one thing goes wrong for a team, at least something's going right. But special teams, offense, defense, all three ways of the ball have been going terrible so far for the Tigers.
Absolutely.
And, something that I think is one thing, with this tough Staples defense to complete any real good chunk plays against them. I don't really fault them for that. The Staples defense is tough. It's really good with Sammy, with Fiala, with, like you said, Petrosinelli, Charlie Leahy up on the line, Davis Crandall at middle linebacker. This is a really good defense. I think the most concerning part for Ridgefield is that their inability to stop Staples on the run or the pass game. Normally one is going to be working for a team, but the fact that they are able to run through them with Fiala, with Caleb, with Anthony, and then head to the air and find Sammy, find Nathan for a huge first half.
Yeah, Nathan's showing off.
Air and ground, both ways are working for Staples right now. That's my biggest concern for Richard, that they have really no answer for anything that Staples is going to throw at them.
Nathan, tonight we really got to see him making that campaign to stand out as, who's going to be that wide receiver, that big wide receiver that steps up in the absence of Shane Sander. And Nathan, he's showing great strides tonight. And obviously, you guys have heard a lot of what we have to say, but if you want to hear more from me and two other people, but especially the Staples football team, after this broadcast following tonight, starting, I want to say at about 9 o'clock on STV on Instagram, STV70, we're going to be having something called the show called The Cleanup Crew, where we're going to have interviews from people, superstars on the Staples team, such as Aiden Barnes, WWPT's own Aiden Barnes, Tanner Klupsa. We're going to have Sammy Petrosino. We're going to have Caleb Smith, the quarterback, the golden boy. We're going to have Coach Matt on there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to ask, we're going to get some questions about the game. We're going to get some questions about the players and the life. So if you want to tune in after this, it's going to be hosted by myself, Charlie Scott, and Elise Eisen. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, make sure to tune in Cleanup Crew. I'll head right there with Andy after this game, as I'm excited for it. Make sure to tune in after the game, as now Ridgefield looks like they're getting set here.
Ridgefield, a little late to come out of the locker room, too. I noticed that, obviously, I don't want to speculate anything, but it's kind of fun, too. You got to imagine what they were doing in there. Do we think that they were, in an intense game of tic-tac-toe, or do we think that they were game planning? Do we think they were doing a speech? What do you think Coach Callahan's doing here?
I think he was definitely trying to fire his boys up right before they head back, and it held them in there a little longer. Now they're out there running some quick little warm-ups as the refs are talking on the field. The second half's taken a long time to start up, but a minute 21 left on the secondary clock. We had the 10-minute halftime break originally. Now they put up a 3-minute. So we got about a minute to go until this half will start up here, and things are getting set here at Staples Stadium.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting half. And honestly, another thing I'm excited to see is as the score gets bigger, if the gap does get bigger for Staples, we may see guys who don't usually get time get in the game. And as we saw from last week, there are positions that could be interchanged. So it'll be an opportunity for a lot of guys who may not see a lot of plays to earn some more plays, earn some playing time, earn some burn in the game. So it's honestly, it's going to be a fun second half regardless of what the score is. But, obviously, if Ridgefield decides to pick up the game a little bit, test the records, I think it would be interesting to see how they respond.
Yeah, this is a deep football game, deep football team. Skilled football team, definitely very deep in the depth chart, and it'll be fun to see other players who normally don't get a big chance out there maybe get in the second half and do something like you said, as now the Staples kicking team will come out there. Aiden Stubbs ready to kick the ball off, and the return team from Ridgefield's coming out now. So second half will get underway here at Staples Stadium.
And the opening kickoff for both halves, one of the most important times of the game because you really get to set the tempo. Which team is about to fly out there and lay someone out? Is a blocker for Ridgefield about to absolutely murder a wrecker, or is a wrecker just going to steamroll a Ridgefield Tiger on the way to tackle the returner? This kind of can be a telltale sign for what's to come in this half, and we'll see, what team really comes out here with that aggression. Is it Ridgefield coming off that speech from Coach Callahan, or is it Staples, who's shown no signs of stopping as of yet, as the kick is about to get gone, and we're going to get underway in the second half of very important FCAC football. Staples just kind of checking, making sure their runners are ready, their tacklers. And we'll be underway in just a few seconds. Back to return for the Cardinals. We've got Barilla, the running back, or Barilla, the backup running back, and Montanero. And it's going to go to Barilla at the 5, and he's going to be running up, and he's at the 15, and he breaks the tackle. No, he does not. He gets tackled by Max Murillo again, all over the field. Just an athlete really showing out tonight on the defensive side of the ball and on the special team side of the ball. 4 for 4 on kicks so far. Ridgefield not with the best field position that they've seen so far to start this drive at the 15, especially when this Staples defense is hungry for some Kepler.
Yeah, that's Stubbs' best kickoff of the season so far. Absolutely. And a great tackle by Murillo to stop the run. He almost broke away from that, but he's able to secure it. Murillo, another great play. The Staples Stadium here is getting pretty loud, excited fans. Much smaller crowd than we saw last week, but this is these are the real diehard super fans. They're getting loud. They're hyped to see Staples go for their first one of the season, and you can hear some of this noise up here in the press box.
And Kepler gets the snap in the shotgun. It's a handoff to Barilla quick, but he's going to be tackled quickly. And looks like getting around the edge, it was Tristan Keefe and Cody Goldman in there for the gang tackle. I mean, they came from the right side, went opposite field. It almost seems that, those backside blockers on Ridgefield aren't even there as Staples makes quick work of that play, makes it 2nd and 10 already. Not the best first play you want to see from Ridgefield coming out of the half. You really want to see them coming out with some fire. Again, Kepler in the shotgun, trips left, got Barilla on his right now. Probably looking to pass here. As he gets the snap, he drops back. He's looking for a quick pass to Candulo, but he drops the ball. Honestly, very catchable ball there. Could have been a gain of 7 yards, but he's run towards the sideline and just went through his hands. And Ridgefield already facing 3rd and 10 2 plays into this game.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about what Callahan could have said to this team in the halftime. Whatever it is. These first 2 plays aren't showing any signs of growth. 2 brutal plays, a run play swallowed up, and then a drop ball. And 3rd and 10. Ridgefield's looking dead out there. They'll see if they can do anything here. Try to string together some yards, hopefully grab himself a first down.
And again, this is a very important game. We'll get to that after this play as Kepler lines up in the shotgun. Again, Barilla on his left, and he drops back to pass. He's looking over to the right side. Looks for Candulo again, but a bad ball bounces just in front of him at about the 22-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 10 already for the Ridgefield Tigers. 3 and out on the first drive. Not what you want to see. But as I was saying, a big game because Staples was kind of like supposed to have a pretty difficult schedule for their first couple weeks. They're going to play West Haven. They played Ridgefield today, and then they play Southington next week. 3 supposed to be very, very talented teams, but, a steamroll win here over Ridgefield could really give them some confidence going into a test up at Southington, which is not the closest drive and would not be the shortest drive back after an L.
Yeah, we were talking about, you can't really lose games in FCAC football and make it to the playoffs here. After the 0-1 start for both Ridgefield and Staples, this was a must-win game like the rest of the season is going to be. And Ridgefield's staring down a really quickly approaching 0-2. And, I hate to say it, but that could be the death sentence on their season very early on what should have been a talented football team. But we'll see if they can turn around the second half and what they can do the rest of the way.
Absolutely. As a bad snap to the punter, but he still manages to get it off. And one of his better punts we've seen tonight as it's going to be fielded at the 50. But it's muffed again, and Ridgefield looks like they fell on it. It's like they converted a 4th down, and it's Ridgefield ball at the 46. The second time we've seen that tonight. That's a momentum shift. But as I was saying, one of the more important things is CIAC football. If you want to make that playoffs, you want to be in the tournament, you want to hold up that trophy at the end of the year, the most amount of losses usually you can have is 3. Both these teams already starting out with 1. Ridgefield or Staples, whoever after this game loses, drop into 2. That really gets rid of the leniency that you have in your schedule with some of the difficult matches that, before the season you kind of plan, okay, we can lose this one. We want to win all our games, obviously, but we want to run the table, but we can lose this one, we can still make the playoffs.
Staples it was known that Staples was going to have a really hard schedule this season.
Absolutely.
And, we'll see what they can do, hopefully going 1-1 into Southernton next week.
Yep. Kepler takes a snap in the shotgun and hand off to Barilla. Barilla barreling his way through the middle. Pickup of 6 yards there. Now we're sitting at 2nd and 4. Finally showing some flashes of the running back that we know he could be. He was running back last year as well. Put up good stats. And Ridgefield, maybe they realized that after that punt, we just got gifted this opportunity. We cannot mess this up right now. We're going to try to make it a game.
Yeah, something I'd love to see Coach Matty getting on his boys after the muff punt.
Oh, yeah.
The team's up 28-3, but he's still on them because they cannot give up. They cannot take their foot off the pedal. You got to keep burying them.
Yep, and Kepler stumbles after faking the handoff, and he's going to be swallowed by Staples once again. I mean, that's a gang tackle there. Another thing you'd love to see is a team that hustles like that. You've got guys, you got Tristan Keefe in there, you got Cody Goldman, you got Rossman. I mean, those are 3 big boys coming to hit you. I mean, you'd love to see gang tackling here as Ridgefield is setting up for a 3rd and 6 here on the record 41. 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. So, we're still early on. A strike here would be a little bit, I'm not going to say it would be terrifying, but it's a little scary for Staples here if they manage to get in the end zone. But big conversion right now. And honestly, probably 4th down territory as well. You're going to try to take that shot as Kepler lends him in the shotgun again. Barilla on his right. And he's going to get the ball. It drops back, and he's looking over to the left side. He gets pressure. He's rolling out, and he looks like he might have room to scramble. He passes, and he finds his man, Trevor Chung-Jackie, for the 1st down. I mean, beautiful play there. I thought he was going to scramble. He was right up on that line of scrimmage, but he managed to find the open man, pick up a 15 yards there. And Ridgefield is moving up to the 24-yard line here for a first down. Knocking on the red zone here for Staples. Big plays are about to come up for Ridgefield. We've seen how they performed in the red zone in the past, so we want to see how they do it here as Kepler is in the shotgun again. Similar formation. I mean, it's deja vu all over again as he actually does the handoff to Barilla. And Barilla firing up the middle with a pickup of 3 yards, but there's a flag in the pile, it looks like, and Staples signaling it's going to be against Ridgefield. Also, Staples coming up with the ball somehow, signaling that Staples ball. Looks like we're going to have to see what the call was here.
Just as I was about to compliment Ridgefield for, they came out of the half looking dead on the first few plays. They quick 3 and out, they punt the ball away, and then after the muff pump by Nathan Smith, they are able to, string together some of their best plays of the day. We got a down player on the field, a player in white. That's Ridgefield out there.
I can't see the number yet, but yeah, down player out there.
Trainers are out, coaches are out.
AJ Candulo, the wide receiver, just kind of sitting at the 34 watching what's happening. So a little scary, but the Wreckers are huddling up over by the coach, maybe going to get a little bit of a talk about, guys, come on, what are we doing? We're better than this, right? We're going to step up, but we'll hope that this Ridgefield player is all right. He's going to get off the field safely as he's getting cared to right now. Coach Barron's having a conversation with the ref about, I don't even know what. I don't know what he could be talking about right now.
Yeah, this Ridgefield player has been down for some time now. It looks like he's going to be done for the day when they can get him on his feet and out of here. The golf cart's not moving out on the field yet to move him, but he's trying to work his way up onto his own feet, getting helped up now by the trainer and Ridgefield coaches. And he'll get off the field on his own weight, some help by the training staff around him, but he should be okay.
That's the running back, Jay Shim, the running back getting in on that play that got hurt. So not the best. That was the starting running back, the guy that was really barreling up there. But Ridgefield, they have shown some other looks, some other guys coming in. So there's going to be a little bit of depth in that roster as they sit here on, I believe, is going to be a 2nd down, but because it's a 1st down, but the guy who's holding the down markers sitting at the other, you can see him, he's sitting at the other chain, so I don't really quite know what's going on. Oh, it's going to be Staples football. They actually got the fumble. The refs never signaled that. It's Staples football here at the 20-yard line. Smith in the shotgun, trips right. Look here. It looks like Armentano in the backfield. Smith takes the snap, and he's looking for the pass. Finds his guy over the middle, Sammy Petrosino, and he drops the ball. It was almost, I was about to say it was a beautiful catch. He laid out for that one, but just could not hang on.
Yeah, tough bullet pass in there by Smith. Sammy had his hands on it, but the hit, he's diving to his side. The ball bounces out. Funny that Staples get the ball back so quickly without even notice, and they run a pass play quickly.
Yeah.
Falls incomplete. See what they do on second down here as Caleb gets his signs from Coach Matty.
Absolutely. Play coming in from the sideline here. We got trips right, Nathan Smith, Skolnick, and Inoan out there. Smith in the shotgun, obviously. And he takes the snap, drops back, looking for a receiver here. He's looking over the middle, and he finds Sammy Petrosino again, and he's got room to run. Breaks one tackle, and he's going. He keeps going. He gets brought down for a gain of 15, brought to the 39-yard line. Great awareness there from Sammy after the catch. He knew he couldn't turn straight up, managed to use his speed to get to the outside, broke one, made one man miss, and big pickup there for the Wreckers.
Huge conversion by the Wreckers there. Able to get the first down here, as now they'll look to move the ball a little further down in the field. Coach Barron's working on a play here, and Staples looks set to go now.
And Smith calling for a change in play, calling for an audible, calling for something as he lines up in the shotgun here. It looks like Fiala is joining him and takes the snap. And it's going to be hand off to Fiala up the middle. And he's going to bulldoze his way up to pick up 3 yards in what could have been nothing, as the Wreckers are going to keep moving this ball here as we have a second and about 7 or 8.
Yeah, good work by Fiala, staying with the run. Like you said, could have been blown up quickly, but the O-line gets around and pushes him through for a couple yards on the gain. And now they'll have about 2nd and 7. See what they can do here after running the pass play followed by the run play, getting the signs here from Coach Matty.
Yeah, it's great to have a running back like that who can just keep his legs churning, though, to pick up those extra yards, as Staples again in the shotgun. Yeah. Nathan Smith, the lone receiver down on the right, definitely someone I want to look at here for this play if it's a pass play, but they got Skolnick in as the lead blocker at the tight end, and it's going to be a run play towards that. Smith's going to keep it, though. It's an option, and he's got room. Great keep there by Smith. Made the right read with a pickup of 15 yards, 13 yards there, as they're going to move the chains down to the 45-yard line there for the Wreckers. I mean, they're making quick work out of this drive.
Yeah, really good use of the option play there by Coach Matty in the Staples offense. Caleb able to hold on to it. Not a directly designed run just for him, but something that designed for him to run was in the play, and he took it and went up the middle like he's done all day. Big gaining yards there, and something that's really been working for Staples last year and this year so far. Something that teams are going to start having to look out for, because Caleb can move the ball on his feet.
Absolutely. Wreckers looking to get going quick again. Nathan Smith in motion. We know what happened last time we saw this. As he drops back, bubble screen to Nathan Smith. It's a fake pass. He's passing to San Francisco. Nathan Smith with the ball. Oh, and the ball is deflected. Great defense there. Great awareness by AJ Candulo, the defensive back for Ridgefield. Usually when you see those motion plays where it looks like a bubble screen, everyone's going to crash in on the ball. No one expects that the former quarterback, Nathan Smith, to complete that pass. But that's always a fun play to see out here, especially when you're up this much. It's nice to see a little play like that.
Yeah, it's fun to see Nathan get behind throwing the ball again. He did that for a lot of his childhood. And there's still a possibility that next year he could get some snaps behind center. But, that flea flicker play there, toss up to Sammy Petrosino. It was a funny, solid throw, but good coverage out there by Ridgefield. A lot of contact there, so some of the Staples fans were upset that there wasn't a pass interference. But nonetheless, the ball falls to the ground.
Smith lined up in the shotgun, holding hands with Armentano. And there's another motion before Nathan Smith again. The motion man, and the snap goes. Play action. He drops back, and he almost throws an interception to Candulo. Slightly overthrew Cam Pryor. He went up there for that ball. It was just a little bit too high, but could have been a great completion, but also could have been a horrible mistake for Caleb Smith.
Yeah, not a great play there by Staples. Cam had some space there. Smith overthrew him, one of the rare mistakes that we've seen Caleb make this game. But no worries for Staples as he's getting signs from Matty, and they're looking to move forward, move the chains here. This is a drive there's been no really big play so far, but a lot of, small chunk plays. They're moving the ball. They're killing time as 7 minutes read on the third quarter clock and hoping to get another ball in the end zone, move their score up to 35.
Absolutely. Again, Smith in the shotgun, joined by Armentano. And Nathan Smith in motion again. Man, they call the same plays every single time. Smith takes the snap with the shotgun, finds Sammy Petrosino on the screen pass. He gets brought down for a loss of 5. The Wreckers now going to be facing a 4th and 15. The punt team is going to find their way onto the field, obviously. And Ridgefield gets a defensive stop. One of their either the first or one of very few that we've seen so far this game. Their defense able to hold their records to 4 plays without getting 10 yards, or 3 plays without getting 10 yards.
Yeah, personally, no. A little shocked by that play call there by Coach Maddie. The screen play, the check down to Sammy. The pressure was coming in good, a good blitz by Ridgefield, but not exactly the best play you want is third and some distance. And, Sammy not only didn't get any yards, but he was brought back by a few, making this a longer punt for Josh here, who's under center.
Yeah. Josh waiting on the snap right now. It's a bad snap, but he still managed to get it. Not the best punt, though, but it's going to bounce. It's going to go. It's going to be fielded by the Staples Wreckers at the 4-yard line. I mean, off the foot of Josh Marks, it didn't look good, but Ridgefield, they had no sense of urgency to go get it, so they were just going to let that ball dribble, roll, bumble its way down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, not a really powerful pump by Josh like his first one was. This one more of a soft liner off the end of the bat, but it able to bounce his way down. The football, the way it's designed, hits on the corner.
It's true. It
gets
moves.
Some rolls, gets some bounces. And, like you said, Ridgefield, looking dead out there. They had a good stop, but they were not looking to save any yards on that ball. And it was just 10 blue jerseys surrounding it as the ball works its way down to the 4. The second punt of the day. Josh has 2 punts, both of them down to the 4-yard line. Can't really ask for anything better than that if you're Josh Marcus.
Absolutely. It's also great to see better coverage here from Staples after they gave up a touchdown on a punt return last week. But we'll get back to Kepler in the shotgun. And it's going on a hard count because they are back down to their 5-yard line looking for the new play. Kepler calling out, making the audible. Slight movement, and he's waiting on the snap here. Skolnick showing a hard blitz here. It's Kepler. He finds bubble screen. It looks like Colsey on the right sideline. He's got a little bit of room. Gains about 5 yards. Good play design up there. Could have been risky if the cornerback jumped it, but, screens are definitely your best friend on a first down.
Yeah, and especially when you're down there by the goal line, the short little check down is kind of the safest play you can get because you can get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
Obviously, the quarterback jumping in is a threat, but it's going to be a threat as far down your field. So when you're on that goal line, it's a good play to get some yards, get a little more breathing room from their own goal line.
And with Shim going down the running back, it's likely that we won't see too many run plays out of them as they go empty set here. Kepler, the lone man in the backfield, looking to take the snap. He gets the snap after much delay. And Kepler looks at the first man, pump fakes, finds another guy. It's swatted by Cody Goldman. Managed to get one hand on it, but couldn't get two as the ball swatted. And a Staples player just went down. It looks like Charlie Leahy maybe cramped up a little bit.
Yeah,
Nothing really happened. He just kind of fell over and grabbed his knee.
The big man hobbling off the field. He should be okay, just a little cramp. Happened to him last week, and there was more of a commotion about his cramp last week where they brought out some trainers on the field, and it took a couple minutes off, couple-minute pause. Charlie, obviously big guy playing a lot on both sides of the ball, starting every play on defense and getting a lot of reps on tight end and special teams. Bound to cramp, but he's off the sideline now working out with a trainer. He'll be okay as Staples gets set on defense. Ridgefield looking for a better outcome here.
Absolutely. Kepler in the backfield with Brina here. The two main targets on the right side of the field here as Kepler drops back. Looks to fire a quick ball under the bottom to Candulo, and Candulo's got space. He gets out of bounds on the Staples Records sideline, but it's enough for a first down to move those chains. Ridgefield getting out of harm's way, able to move up to what it looks like the 23-yard line-ish area, 25. So, honestly, great play by Ridgefield there. And something I've noticed is they've got the fast guys, so when they're able to get it over the middle, they're able to get some good outcomes from those plays.
Yeah, it's all somewhere in there. They have the skill to put together some chunk plays. It really didn't happen the first half. Didn't happen the first drive of the second half. But after the muff pump, they've had some life here, putting together a good drive after the muff pump, then forcing a 3-and-out, and now here putting together a solid drive, moving the ball.
Kepler hands it off quickly and out of the shotgun, and he's swallowed again by Staples defenders. Skolnick in on that tackle. Honestly, beautiful play there. They gang tackle, just swallowed him. A lot of what we've seen here, a lot of the Staples Wreckers staples, that's what we like to call them. It's going to be hustle, it's going to be heart, it's going to be toughness. Those are the main things you look for when you look out there and you see those Staples Wreckers. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see dudes laying it out for each other. You're going to see dudes that love each other, and they're going to go out there and they're going to do anything for their brother next to them. And that's exactly what we're seeing. As Kepler, the lone man in the backfield, once again really resorting to the set after the running back went down, and he steps back and he fires a quick pass out of bounds. Wouldn't have been complete even if he caught it. Now the Ridgefield Tigers facing a third down here, 3rd and 10 what went from a poor sequence of events to a really good play is back to a poor sequence of events. Maybe they can only convert on third down. Well, I guess only time will tell as Ridgefield is getting the play in from the sideline here. Now, another thing I've noticed, too, is Colsey has not found his way onto the field. I don't know if maybe he cramped up at halftime or something, but he's not out on the field currently, and that's definitely a face you expect to see. So it's a little interesting to see that.
Yeah, big loss for the Tigers there with Colsey. But they're still working the ball down a little bit more here, looking to get some yards here. They've been stagnant for a couple plays.
Snap is taken, and he just fires the ball out of bounds. I mean, Kepler, he got a little panicked by the pressure there, and I think there may have been a little bit of miscommunication there. Montanaro was running a seam. Maybe he was supposed to run an out or a corner because that's where Kepler thought that ball was supposed to go. As it's 4th and 10, and the Ridgefield Tigers will look to punt for, got to be like the 7th, 8th time of the day.
Punts are both teams now on back-to-back drives, so Sable's going to get the ball back here. No damage after their 3 and out.
But, hey, 8 punts on the day, and 2 of them already, you've gotten the ball back. I mean, I'm telling you something. Next practice the Staples Wreckers have, because usually they have film after. Next practice the Staples Wreckers have, I guarantee there's just going to be one jugs machine out there on the field, and it's just going to be them fielding punts the entire practice. They're just going to be back there catching punts.
Yeah,
because, that's something that can't happen.
Murillo and Nathan Smith both muffing punts and turning them over. Something that you don't expect from either of them. Both great players. Obviously, we've been calling their name all day. Both have made incredible plays, deflections, tackles from Murillo, a bunch of big receptions and returns from Smith, but those miscues are unacceptable for Staples.
And a high punt, used to what we're seeing, not too far. Falls at about the 50-yard line. Ridgefield going to cover it at the 50-yard line. That's where they're going to mark it. And Staples is going to take control of this drive with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Still 28-3. A little bit of a cursed number. Unless Ridgefield's got Tom Brady back there. I mean, the game's not dead, but the pastor's in the room right now. Definitely. Ridgefield not able to get much going.
Yeah. 4 minutes, 13 seconds reading on the third quarter clock here. Staples setting up with good field position on the 50, looking to move something here. I mean, not that long to go to get in some field goal range for Max Murillo. So we'll see what happens here. Looking to put up the first points for either team in the second half.
Yeah, let's see here. Lining up in the empty set. Pretty aggressive on a first down here for Caleb Smith. Could be a designed QB run as he takes the snap in the shotgun. And he's going to drop back in. It's a design QB run. I know this playbook way too well as he breaks the first tackle, and he has room, and he finds his way all the way for a 9-yard gain down to the 41-yard line. I mean, it's a little too predictable at this point. If they line up in an empty set, Caleb Smith's going to run the ball. If Fiala's in the backfield, he's probably getting the ball. If Armentano's in the backfield, he's probably getting the ball. And, I mean, even if no matter how they line up, 50% chance Caleb Smith's just going to run with it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a great call by you. You got to know when Staples has been using the run game all day, the empty set is, I mean, it's just an unusual look, and you have to be suspicious about it. And like you said, Caleb takes it for his own run as Anthony's in the backfield now. See if he gets the ball here.
Smith in the shotgun takes the snap, rolls out right. Another flood concept. We've seen them get paid off this in the past, but just a bad ball thrown out of bounds. Trying to find his favorite target, and also maybe least favorite target because it's his brother, Nathan Smith. But yeah, no, as we were saying, I mean, you go into halftime and you're getting beat by the run the whole game, right? You got to hope if you're Staples or if you're Ridgefield that you would have made the adjustment to get out of what's happening, to not get just destroyed by this game. As there's a flag on the play pretty late. Not sure what the call is going to be on there, but it looks like it's against Staples. They're starting to move it back.
Yeah.
Could have been a personal foul. I mean, we know the game's been chippy at times. Nothing too crazy, but definitely words exchanged. Looks like the referees are looking to move the ball back right now. The Zebras could help out Ridgefield a little bit, especially because they moved it back about 5 yards. Not sure what the penalty was there. But now 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 1 for the Wreckers. Not the end of the world, obviously, especially with the kind of numbers they're putting up here. Again, joined by Armentano on the backfield. Could be possible that, Fiala's day is going to start to wind down here as they want to save him for games to come. But Smith lining up in the shotgun. Yeah,
I was going to mention Armentano out there for a couple straight snaps now. So see if he, as the touchdown he already has today, as they hand the ball off to him. No.
Nope. Fake play action. Skolnick finds the ball, and he was able to hold on to it, and he gets brought down right at the knees at the 25-yard line. Looked like Cam Pryor out there was trying to make a second effort, get that flyby block. Almost got there, which could have been a touchdown Wreckers. But, you'll obviously take a 20-yard gain when you get one up to the 25 here. Actually, a little bit of a not the best spot there at the 27. But, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. As the Staples Wreckers, we're going to go quick here. line up in the shotgun. Everything we're used to seeing here. Nothing out of the ordinary for this 25-point favorite right now. And it's going to be a quick handoff to Armentano here. Armentano bouncing out to the outside, and he's going to pick up about 6 there. Really using his speed just to get to the outside, and the Ridgefield defender's not quick enough to get there.
Yeah, that's what Anthony does best. That's how he scored earlier in the day. That bounce off to the left side, stutter step, and using his speed to get to the sideline. He's either going to get out of bounds to stop the clock or head up towards the end zone. So we saw him do that earlier. We saw him do it there for a less significant play, but still a good play by Armentano. And that's something that is one of his signature moves out in the backfield.
And Staples again lining up in what we've seen a lot of in the past. Cam Pryor now out there getting some snaps at wide receiver along with St. Petrosino on that right side. And we've got Armentano in the backfield. Smith taking the snap in the shotgun. He drops back, looking for a receiver out on the right. Scans over to the left. Bad ball. It's intercepted by the Ridgefield Tigers. And they're running it back right now, but he's going to get swallowed by the Staples offense. First interception of the game we've seen from Caleb Smith. And there's a flag on the play. It's getting very, very chippy. I already know someone did something wrong because Charlie Murphy, number 22 for the Ridgefield Tigers, I look down, and he's just looking at the ref with his hands up like he got caught robbing the bank. Something must have went wrong there. Could be a personal foul, which, Ridgefield, they got the interception there, but bringing them back 15 yards, that really puts them in the danger zone. We'll see what they're doing. Oh, they're going to call it against Staples, it looks like.
Yeah, Caleb added 2 interceptions last week in the loss against West Haven, something that he was really trying to limit today. And he's looking good so far. No real dangerous balls to this point, but just kind of a careless loft up there, kind of no man's land, no blue jerseys around. That's just easily picked off by Ridgefield secondary.
It's a Thursday night, man, but I'm disappointed in this student section. It's really dead right now.
Yeah, it was live earlier when I shouted out in the beginning of the second half, but of course, just after I said that, about 50% of the student section made their way home. And, it is almost 9 p.m. on a school night, but, you would see it. You would hope for a little more support.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kepler with the handoff to Brino, only picking up about 1 there. So they're going to face about a 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10 situation here. Rutgers defense definitely showing no signs of wavering as this third quarter is winding down here. About 2 minutes left. Still sitting at a standstill at 28-3. Tackle there made by Luke Goldman. The Goldmans have had a pretty good game so far. Each of them getting at least 4 tackles. I can name them. So everyone's kind of getting a piece of the pie right now as Kepler's going to line up in the shotgun.
Yeah, good all-around play from the Wreckers. And, yeah, like you said, both Goldmans getting their name on the air a lot.
Takes the snap, finds the handoff in the hands of Brina, and he's going to pick up about 3-4. It's going to be about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 situation here for the Ridgefield Tigers. Nothing crazy. We really expect them now in this stage of the game. Like, if they're just going to sit down and die, they're going to keep running the ball. But if they want to try to put some, they're playing for dignity, they're playing for respect right now in the CIAC and the FCAC. You got to expect them to start slinging the rock.
Yeah, as the clock ticks down here towards a minute left in the third quarter, score still stands at 28 for Staples, 3 for Ridgefield. Ridgefield has the ball back here. Kepler's under center, ready to take the snap.
Kepler taking the snap, and he drops back, looking for his receiver, and it's just bad play all around there. He's trying to find Chajaki, but wide open over the middle, but the ball just went through his hands. So unfortunate situation there for the Ridgefield Tigers as it comes into a 4th and 4, and they're going to punt it.
Yeah, something unfortunate that you've seen, unfortunately too much for Ridgefield today, but when they've had open wide receivers, either with a drop or a bad pass, the ball's ending up at the feet, at the turf, right below the receivers a lot in both halves, and something that is unacceptable if you're Ridgefield because they have the plays that are developing, working, getting open men against Staples secondary, and then just not able to complete pretty simple passes.
No, absolutely. There's got to be a little bit of better connection there from from Kepler to his receivers there as Ridgefield lines up to punt for. We could be approaching double digits at this point on the day. Kick is not as high, but definitely deep. Back to Smith. Manages to field this one at about the 40, and he's got a little bit of room running out to the sideline. Going to be brought down at the 43-yard line. So Staples, again, excellent field position. And Coach Matty really proud of number 15, Justin Halkey, out there, giving him a high five because a lot of people that go unsung are the guys on the special teams that are throwing the blocks. I mean, Nathan Smith does not find his way to the outside out there if, Halkey doesn't throw that block. So it's nice to see guys get recognition that aren't the ones getting their names called on the broadcast.
Yeah, and I like the confidence of the Staples coaching staff putting Nathan back out there to receive the punt just after the muff punt. The junior, great player, a future of the program. Next year, he's going to be one of the key players, if not the key player. And seeing, that vote of confidence, sending him back out there and having him have a solid return there is something that you love to see for Staples, especially in a game where they have a comfortable lead heading toward the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Smith finding his way in the shotgun, but when is he not ready to take the snap? He is joined by Fiala again, so maybe they're just splitting drives at this point. As Nathan Smith, once again, the motion man. Smith dropping back, and there's a lot of pressure, and evades harm's way, but he's rushing, and he's going to get out just about a 2-yard gain, maybe even there for the Wreckers. Good pressure there coming from Ridgefield, honestly. They were able to get in there. Could have been a coverage sack had Caleb not been so aware, but now lining up 2nd and 8 for the Wreckers. Waiting on the play to come in from the sideline are the Wreckers. And another guy who's going both ways now with Tanner not playing tonight, getting injured, is Andrew Rossman stepped up, the linebacker, one of the best linebackers in the state, stepped up playing guard right now, great captain, great guy, got the fire in him. But Caleb takes the snap in the backfield. And he's going for a heave here, and he manages to find his receiver. I'm going to say that was
his brother, Nathan
Smith again. I mean, we're talking fantasy points. Nathan Smith, he's got to be over 20 at this point.
Yeah,
right?
Incredible. Something we talk about Rossman. I was talking to one of my friends the other day who didn't know who Rossman was, but he was trying to describe him. He said, the kid who looks like Staples football.
Oh,
that's what he said.
100%.
And I was like,
100%.
That's Andrew Rossman. That's who he is. He breathes Rutgers football. He has been waiting for the moment to be a senior, to be a captain of the team for a long time. He is built for this. He cares a lot, and he's able and willing to do anything he can to help Staples win. And you've seen it this week really well.
Station ID. Pardon the station ID there. Smith takes the snap and shotgun, looks to fire for his brother again. Almost picked off. I mean, that's the end of the quarter as well. Maybe picking favorites there because he threw to a smothered Nathan Smith, but maybe he's just trying to have something to talk about at the dinner table tonight.
I mean, absolutely smothered. I think they have enough conversation for the dinner table. I think it's a really, really poor throw by Caleb. Absolutely. As you're approaching the end of the third quarter, give him the ball back when you don't need to, as you're getting zeros at the end of the quarter, something completely unnecessary. Luckily, the ball falls to the ground without harm, and Staples will take a quick breather here, as will Ridgefield. Some water, some break, as the Staples cheerleaders get into their routine to Cotton Eye Joe, and we head towards the fourth quarter here at Staples Stadium. 28-3 remains the score. No score in that third quarter, so that was the first quarter without score all day. And if you look down from the press box into the Staples student section, the numbers are in the single digits now.
Yeah, it's bad.
It was nowhere like it was last week for the whiteout against West Haven, where it was a completely packed student section. As to expect on a Thursday night, it was going to be a little lighter, but still the upperclassmen really showed out. But 2.5 quarters is kind of all they wrote, apparently.
And, something I'm going to say, just because Caleb's one of my good friends, so I can bash him a little bit. 1, Caleb, that was a selfish pass. You shouldn't have done that. 2, you overvalue Chris Olave in fantasy football so much, and I'm still upset about that. But that's a conversation for another time, as the quarter's about to get underway.
Olave had a solid week 1, didn't he?
Olave is so solid, but he thinks that Olave for Garrett Wilson's a horrible trade. Garrett Wilson was fine with Zach Wilson last year, but this is a whole other show, as the Staples Wreckers are ready to get going here. Caleb Smith in the shotgun. I mean, when is he not? As I keep saying, takes the snap. And of course, it's the designed QB run. I mean, come on. This is kind of like Madden, as he only picks up about 3 yards. Great backside block by Rossman there. I mean, he just murdered the Ridgefield defender. But, I mean, it's kind of like Madden, Oh, and that defender that Rossman murdered is actually down. Oh, he's back up. All right, perfect. I thought we were about to have another injury there. But as I was saying, it's almost like when you play Madden. And, it's your first time, you're kind of younger, so you don't really know what you're doing. So you just kind of press coach suggestions and press X a bunch. You just run whatever play. You just run the same play over and over and over again. And that's basically what Staples has been doing. It's a QB run. It's an inside or outside zone, or it's a flood. It's a flood concept. That's the main plays that they've really been going to. But it's been working.
If it's working, you're not going to switch it up. I know Matty has a deeper playbook that he's using today, but it seems to be working for him. And so they're going to stay with it. Another funny thing to notice, Smith up there on the run, looking for his plays right now from Matty. They get set now in offense.
Yeah, Smith in the shotgun there. Fiala on his left. two wide receivers on the right. And, of course, it's another design QB run. I mean, I don't know if they're padding stats. Caleb gets tabletop there, but looks like it's good enough for a record first down as we're sitting here at the 14-yard line. So 1st and 10, still another first down opportunity. But, again, they're knocking on heaven's door if heaven is the end zone. And, I mean, honestly, it's a lot of the same that we keep seeing, you know. It's just dominance from Staples. They've really put together a solid run play. And as you say, they have a very deep playbook. I used to play Staples football. I remember that playbook like the back of my head. Bunch of different plays. My friends still quiz me on it to this day. But, you know, they run the same 3 plays and they work, and that's all that matters. So, you know, they're 28-3, looking to go to 35-3 here as Smith takes the ball in the snap, and he finds the receiver over the middle, and it's Ryan Skolnick, and he finds the end zone. And Ryan Skolnick saying maybe some words of encouragement to the defensive back guarding him as he scored that touchdown. But that's another record touchdown, and, you know, the game, you know, you look at Staples sideline, you look at Ridgefield sideline, and it really just tells the story of the game, right? You look at Staples sideline, everyone's happy, everyone's moving, you know, even though the crowd's not as big as it once was, people are happy as Max Murillo lines up for this PAT. But the Ridgefield sideline, you know, it's just no one's really moving, no one's really happy. But I'm a big body language guy, and you can kind of tell who's winning this game, who's losing the game just by looking at the sideline. As Murillo lines up and the kick is up, and of course it's going to be good as the Wreckers take a 32-point lead. I mean, what a way to bounce back from the game last week.
Yeah, talk about fantasy points like you were talking about for Nathan earlier. Caleb Smith, I mean, a brilliant week. The amount of runs he's had, the amount of completions he's thrown for. Obviously, the handoff touchdowns are not going to help his fantasy points, but he's thrown for multiple touchdowns, a lot of running plays, so he's stacking up points. And like you were talking about earlier with Coach Matty's playbook in Madden, what I meant to say before we got back into that second design QB run play is that, you know, without bias, I would love to play with Staples football in Madden. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So much fun.
Imagine like a throwback team. We get to use Tyler Clark, all-time Staples.
Nick Armentano, Jake Paul.
All-time Staples football. Tyler Clark's got to be on that, right? He
Yeah.
set the record. He's got all-time Staples football. On an all-time Staples football roster, Tyler Clark is your wide receiver 1. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I put Tyler 1. I put Nick Armentano, wide receiver 2 on that.
And wide receiver 3, like you said, it could be like a Jake Thaw off at Michigan, but also there could be some other dogs that we don't know, and we'll only uncover them more and more as Coach Matty really try to bring back the culture at Staples football, posting the Wrecker History Vault. You know, they induct players into history. We'll see some crazy stats sometimes. Maybe we'll be able to find some of those all-time Wreckers as time goes on. Maybe by the time Thanksgiving and Greenwich rolls around, we'll have an all-time team. But, you know, that's obviously something that's ways away as we get underway for the kickoff here at Paul Lane Field. And the kick is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Not a lot of room for Ridgefield to go, and he gets dragged down at just about the 24. So, again, not great field position, but, you know, great field position, not great field position. If Ridgefield doesn't really get their stuff together, it's not going to go too well.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a matter of time now as we get to 10 minutes. Ridgefield's looking dead over there on the sideline. You talk about how you care a lot about body language. I was looking out from the press box right below us, the Staples Dad Corps, all standing, all with their trucker hats on and with their arms crossed over their chest. And I look down, and I see a couple dads come over to David Smith, Mr. Smith, father of Caleb and Nathan, start shaking his hand, and that's when you kind of know it's over, when the handshakes go around.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Caleb, phenomenal quarterback. His dad gets to reap those benefits as Kepler in the backfield looks for a quick pass over to Candulo. Candulo picks up a gain of about 9 yards, but the clock's still going to run despite getting out of bounds as Ridgefield faces a 2nd and 1. I'm trying to look right now, you know, point out, see if you see some faces that you don't really see out there. Jake McGeehan, he's a sophomore, and he's in here right now at defensive back. One of the guys who, you know, I got a lot of friends on the football team, they talk about he was supposed to be pretty good going into the season. So it'll be interesting to see what he has to do as Kepler takes the snap in the shotgun, and it's a quick handoff, and Ridgefield's going to have enough for the first down, but that's about it. Maybe a gain of only 2 there. But they get to move the chains here, 1st and 10, sitting at about the 35-yard line.
Nick Armentano's texting me up here in the booth, complaining about his wide receiver 2 ranking on the
Nick,
all-time team.
You're a dog, bro. Like, I remember that catch you have about Trumbull. I still think about that. But, man, TC1 was special. TC1 was his run-after-catch capability was insane.
Shout out to Nick also, down at Syracuse, playing on that great Syracuse football team down in the ACC and FBS. Really proud of him down there.
Absolutely. And quick pass again from Ridgefield, and it's going to really go nowhere. Condulo dragged out for a gain of only about 4 yards. And also, shout out Tyler Clark. He's going to be going off next year to West Point Military Academy, and he's going to end up serving in the U.S. military. So obviously, we're going to thank him for his service in the future. But definitely one of a role model for what it means to be a Staples wrecker. They had a very, very special team last year, and I know I talked to a lot of guys, especially Rossman and those guys. They really just loved the connection they had with the class of 23 seniors.
Yeah, that was an incredible team last year. Really fun to watch.
Absolutely. And Kepler drops back for the pass, and it's tipped by his own player, Condulo. But Cam Pryor not able to catch the ball as Ridgefield gears up for a 3rd and medium.
Like you're talking about with Coach Matty kind of bringing back the culture with the post. I personally love when I open my feed and see those posts. And as someone who comes from I'm a big camp person from a camp family. Like that whole idea of like a tradition and culture that goes back 100 years is amazing to see. And I think that is something that's really possible with Staples School and Staples Sports especially. And seeing Coach Matty do that is really awesome to see. He cares so much, and seeing him bring back and try to make a culture something that's really part of this football experience is awesome to see. So that's why the conversation with the all-time team and just talking about this record lineage is so fun.
Absolutely. And Kepler taking the snap. And it's an interception to Ryan Skolnick. Looking to get a second touchdown of the game. And he will go all the way! Ryan Skolnick with a pick 6. Great coverage there. And Staples is once again going. Not the best pass there from Kepler. But as you were saying, I agree. It's so special to kind of get the history, reinstill the history into the culture at Staples football. It's also it's fun to see because sometimes you open up your phone, you'll see Staples football post, you're like, whoa, this dude rushed for 200 yards in a game.
They were crazy.
Who is this dog?
They were crazy. No one knows the class of 07 got a crazy dog in there.
Honestly, 08, 04 and 04. I want to say it was 04 and 05 teams. 03 and 05 teams were state champions. I mean, there were some dogs back then.
Skolnick scoring on both sides of the ball today. That's something awesome to see. For the majority of the game, he was playing almost every snap on both sides of the ball, and but not a lot of technical stats that go to his name, even though he's putting in great effort in every play. Glad to see that he's able to punch 2 in here, 1 on each side of the ball. So that's special. That shows his skills as a football player, that, he's a dog, a workhorse all game. Finally pays off in the latter minutes of the game as he gets one as a tight end receiving from Caleb. And then on the next defensive drive, a pick 6 as Murillo lines up to put that PAT through.
Murillo is looking to get his 6th fantasy point of the game. If they took some field goals, maybe it'd be a little bit more impressive. Like kind of how I went against Jake Elliott this week, who dropped 17, along with Tyreek Hill, who dropped 45 points. But
Reek is unreal.
Yeah, and Max puts up the kick, and it's good. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this game, I said this game was kind of dying back in the third quarter. And with 7 minutes left, we're sitting here 42-3. It's. I'm going to go on a limb, okay? I'm going to take a bet. And someone can make me eat my words if Ridgefield comes back to win this game. But this game is dead. The only possibility I see coming is maybe another record touchdown. That's it. But even if they do get the ball back at some point, you don't want to run the score up on a team. As much as it matters and the points and the final review, who's going to win the FCAC, you also don't want to embarrass the team. And when you're up 42-3, you're up 39 points, you've kind of proved your point. You proved your point, what you can do.
Yeah, it's been a fun one to watch. 42-3 is the score with 7:22 left here in the fourth quarter. And a completely the opposite game of what we saw last year when the Tigers and Wreckers matched up. The 14-11 final there with the Wreckers win. A crazy, fun game to watch and a really low-scoring affair. I mean, this is the opposite. This is an offense fest, for Staples. And obviously just a complete mess overall for the Tigers. But, Staples has had no shortage of scoring. Haven't needed a field goal unit once. Besides the 2 muff punts and the 1 Caleb pick, it's been scoring every drive.
And as the kick gets underway, if that isn't a telltale sign, the offensive coordinator, Coach Green, just walked by us in the press box looking to go back down to the field. So I don't think, I don't know what's about to happen, but that's kind of a sign of where this game is at right now as the ball's fielded off the kickoff at about the 20-yard line. Ridgefield looking to get underway. Maybe they find the end zone in this game. Maybe they don't. I mean, Wes, would you take Ridgefield touchdown money line right now?
No, not at all. I have zero confidence in Ridgefield.
Oh, what are we talking? We're talking plus 1,200?
To do it.
Not real money. We're not talking real money. We're not talking gambling.
Obviously,
We're just talking
you can't. No gambling.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel confident in Ridgefield to do anything here. Something. Take this moment to plug. the cleanup crew post game as we're working our way there,
Yeah.
and there's not much to see here at Staples Stadium. So make sure that you stay tuned in as the cleanup crew is going to be live from the studios of 70 North Avenue with Charlie Scott, our own Andy Cerrito, who is here on play-by-play, and Elise Eisenberg. That's 3 members from the WWPT leadership board. And that's going to be a lot of fun as they have Coach Maddie, Caleb, and a bunch of other studs coming in there to talk to them after what's going to be an exciting W and the first W of the 2023 season for the Staples Wreckers.
Absolutely, and I have the luxury of kind of interviewing 2 of my very good friends, so, just a little sneak peek. If you people out there want to find out why we call the man, the myth, the legend, Tanner Kleps a big country, you better tune into that because we're grilling them steaks on cleanup crew after this as Kepler takes the snap in the shotgun. Lines up, looks for a quick pass, finds his man Fitzpatrick over the middle. It's going to be about a gain of, they're going to mark it at the inch line. We're talking second in inches, third in inches here, or second in inches. They're going to be at about the 40. Looks like they're going to give him the first down, I think. Yep, they'll give him the first down there, so we're talking 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. And there's some parents here looking at some of the Staples Superfans posts. That's pretty funny to see as Kepler lines up in the shotgun here. And Luke Goldman showing a heavy blitz, and he's going to take the snap. Goldman almost gets in the sack. A lot of pressure on Kepler. He's rolling out, finds his man who just cannot hang on to the ball. Montanaro not having his best day as the Ridgefield Tigers will go to 2nd and 10 here at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, nothing really going right for the Ridgefield Tigers again as we get clock 6 under 5 minutes here in the 4th. And the dwindling student section, the last remaining dancing to the music that Mr. Connors is playing as they get through it. But Staples lining up here. It seems like Ridgefield's kind of just going through the motions as the clock runs down.
You know what else is disappointing? You look down at the student section. There's a lot of underclassmen there. A lot of the seniors just left. So disappointing. Disappointed in my class. But Kepler lines up in the shotgun, and he takes the snap. Again, Staples rushing like 5. Managed to get a decent runoff there. Brina able to pick up about 5 there. Going to bring it to 3rd and 5 here. About across the Staples 50-yard line. About 4 minutes left in this game. Clock's winding down. A lot of guys catching the field here you don't really see too often. Amir Williams just took a snap in at nose guard. So, it's nice to see. He's got a lot of potential, man. He's got another year in him. He's a big boy, and we like to see that. We like to see having some beef up front as the snap is getting ready to be taken on Kepler.
Amir's huge. That's a fun part of these blowouts when you get these guys onto the field and get them some reps.
Absolutely. And Ridgefield throws a screen pass and a brutal stiff arm, and they're going to be at about 4th and 1. I mean, you got to go for it here, right? Even though there's like 4 minutes left, you got to go for it.
Might as well. See what you got in the 4th down playbook. At this point, you're kind of it's like practice on the field for both teams. They're going to see Ridgefield, Coach Callahan is going to look at his playbook. He's going to see, this is a 4th and 1 play, a 4th and short play that I got. There's really no harm in trying it now. Let's at least go for it and see if it works.
Absolutely, but the refs may have felt bad. They just handed them a first down.
They
were like 2 yards short.
Oh, look
at that.
It's
fine. The Ridgefield Tigers lining up. I mean, these are non-factors, right?
Yeah, easy to hand out first downs when they don't matter.
It's fine. Kepler taking the snap, drops back, looking for his guy. He finds him. Candulo smothered as soon as he caught the ball, but picks up a nice gain of 7 yards. I mean, they're putting together a decent drive right now, and there's going to be a flag on the play, maybe a little bit of chippiness. The flag is inside Tristan Keefe's helmet. He ran through it and got stuck in Tristan Keefe's helmet. That is hilarious.
That is incredible.
He may have got hit in the eye, actually, or the nose.
He's taking his helmet off
a little bit, yeah.
Talking to Leahy and Coach Clark over there on the sideline, but he seems to be okay. That's hilarious. As the clock is now running it down 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And, this second half is flying by compared to the first half.
It is.
No surprise there, and I'm not going to complain about it, but I think it's definitely funny to see as we head towards the final moments of this Week 2 matchup.
Oh, and it looks like it's going to be a personal foul. I think it's going to be another 15-yard penalty. So Ridgefield may be able to find the end zone, honestly, before this game ends.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Getting to the 30-yard line. Ridgefield money line, touchdown, looking pretty good right now. But we'll see what happens here as Ridgefield lines up at the new spot of the ball. Looking to get the play in from the sideline. Again, Cole's even silent, has not been on touch the field since, I want to say, the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So, they may have kind of wanted to hold off on him as Kepler's prepared to take the snap, joined by Brina. Kepler drops back, Weird three-step drop, but he's scrambling. Managed to find a little bit of room. Spins into a defender, and a Staples defender is going to be brought down for a gain of a yard, maybe. So we're looking at 2nd and 9 here. 1:34 to go. So, the odds the Staples offense finds their way back on the field are unlikely.
Yeah, clock's ticking down here. We're under 1:30 to go. One last and final reminder, make sure to stay tuned after the fact. The cleanup crews, baby, they're here. They're ready to sweep everything up, sweep up this blowout, and, just have a good time, talk to the squad, eat some pizza, hang out. The cleanup crew is just some of the best vibes there is. So I'm really excited for Andy. I'm excited to see it. That's going to be fun, so make sure to stay tuned.
And Kepler drops back. Looking for the quick pass. Just miscommunication there between him and his running back, Brina. But yeah, this cleanup crew is definitely very special. And, I'm willing to make sacrifices for it. I'm willing to maybe not do my Spanish homework tonight, depending on what time I get home.
Oh, no.
Senor Barahona, I'm so sorry. I promise I'll get it done. It's just I might get home super late tonight, and it's a Thursday night. But we'll see what happens. Oh, I got to present tomorrow too, man.
Boy.
Oh, no está bien.
Nothing homework in Barajona's class is a risky move.
Sí,
then
sí.
broadcasting it on WWPT.
Es un problema grande.
no.
Pero,
Sí. No bueno.
I can't speak Spanish right now. I'm too tired. As Kepler goes into steps into the shotgun, ready to take the snap in what will be probably the final play of the game. He drops back, looking deep, scrambling, looking deep, trying to find the end zone, scrambling again, squeezes between Staples defenders. 10 seconds left. Unknown if the Staples will run another play. Unknown what's going to happen. 5
seconds down here.
Run another play.
And we're just going to all stand there. Staples has started to celebrate.
And that will
One
be
on the clock, and it's
the
zeros.
game.
And there it is.
Staples Wreckers win 42-3, the first league game of their season. They're now 1-0 in the FCAC. So, FCAC title is still in contention. Obviously, the playoffs, so the actual playoffs where you play a game is CIAC. That's where you play against teams from the state. Last year, it was Greenwich versus Prep Met. But that's based on size of the school. But the FCAC, usually the way you win is by running the table. If they beat every team in the FCAC, they beat Greenwich. This was one of the harder matchups. They beat Greenwich. They beat these other teams. They win the FCAC. They get to say that. So it's all based off standings. So this was a step towards one of their season goals. There's a lot of goals you have as a team, and that's win the FCAC, win the CIAC, and this is a step towards one of them.
Yeah, after an unfortunate loss in week 1, starting the season off 0-1, Staples gets the much-needed win, and in a blowout fashion, they really were working on all facets today. A couple of mistakes here and there, but there's not going to be a week of high school football without mistakes like that. So really proud of the Staples team this week. 1-0 in the FCAC, 1-1 on the season, looking to continue their hot streak next week against Southington as they shake hands with Ridgefield out here on here at Staples Field, and the Tigers are going to head back towards their tent and eventually towards the buses, as that is it here for Thursday Night Football.
Exactly, and we could, Wes, we could break down this game, but why would we do that when we have a whole show dedicated to that?
Cleanup crew!
So, exactly. Tune in to Cleanup Crew at STV. If you want one word to describe this game, dominance. 42-3. The score really speaks for itself. Staples firing on all cylinders. Ridgefield, I think they, I don't know how many cylinders they really got. But, we'll talk about that. We'll touch on that on Cleanup Crew. This has been Andy Cerrito and Wes Stockhauser, for WWPT 90.3 FM. Thank you so much for tuning in. And hopefully I'll see you soon, but we'll catch you next time. See you.
Good night.
I was rusty. I was mad rusty. I apologize.